All right. Oh man, already starting. We just barely, and we're already starting. It's just, yikes. Welcome to Legends of Galehardt, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another live stream of our Dungeons and Dragons show. Much appreciated that you guys are here. Hope you guys enjoy. Before we get started, of course, the usual. If you guys are new here on Twitch, make sure to follow. We stream Dungeons and Dragons weekly. We also stream Magic weekly on Thursday, so come back, check it out. Lots of other cool new things coming down the pipeline as well. If you're watching this back on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe over there so that you can get notifications when more videos go live. And then come join us live when we stream, because like I said, we stream weekly. Come join in on the conversation and say hi. You get to see us do a bunch of... You get to see these misfits do things. It's I know the looks I'm getting now. Yeah, here we're starting.
Well,
if you guys want to support the stream...
Oh, shit. Hang on. Sorry.
Yeah, you're connected to my speaker again. If you guys want to support the stream, you can do so many ways. Just hanging out, saying hi, and joining in on the conversation. But if you guys want to support financially, you can leave us a tip here through Twitch down below, or you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/magicmangames. More perks and stuff will be coming there as we start to kind of expand and get our full schedule up and rolling. So,
please validate us.
Please.
I crave it.
We also have our merchandise store. If you guys are interested in any of that stuff, store.magicmangames.com. Check it out over there. We've got t-shirts and things and more cool stuff on the way. So if you're interested in that, check it out over there. All right. With that, say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
There it is.
My glasses.
Knew it was coming.
I'm being behave. I'm trying.
Oh no.
We are.
Oh no. Yep. All right.
I've
And
been
the
watching
chat's
my
already. Yep. Thanks. So nice, everybody. All right. Anyway.
Anyway, last time on Galehardt.
Yeah. Last time on Galehardt, who wants to do the?
No.
We definitely had some calamari. Definitely got my face.
We made some
sucked
scrambled
on.
eggs.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely leak those egg yolks.
Adriana smacked a brain like it's a soft plushie.
Can I say can I say the word butt?
I mean, you just did, but okay.
I swapped the brain like a peachy butt.
All right.
That's all I wanted.
Okay. I smacked it like a peachy butt.
I could say worse things, but you know, I'm behaving myself.
I definitely got one of these on my character. This happened. You know,
No, it was this.
I just started trying to, eat your face, and yeah.
That was fair.
It was caressing your cheeks. You just didn't know it. It's like, I love you.
Oh.
He must have had
In a
really
sucking
long
motion.
tentacles.
Yeah. All right. So.
Card.
Yep. I will hand these out here. Take one, pass it down.
Oh, we also
Take
one, a
pass
boat.
it down. Yeah, you did.
Without making the warg
you
swim
found-
for it.
You found boats, I believe, if I remember correctly. But
found
you
a
guys
boat.
are here in a dirt cavernous area where you guys had just slain the squid man who is trying to eat
And
your
the two
face.
brains and the two lizard people.
Yep, and the brains and the yep. So what are you guys doing? There's a couple
I'm
of
going that way to
passages.
kill the rest of the eggs.
I'm going to stop the dwarf.
Okay. All right, so you try to run off, and what do you say to her when you go grab her? What are you doing?
Here they're just children. And here they're just children.
So you grab her, you hold her back.
And here, they're children. We don't condone that in this household.
This is what you wanted.
Meanwhile,
right.
Wayne's already gone.
Yeah.
All right.
And you're a no.
No,
Don't
no.
do that.
Bad dwarf.
No, no, no.
No, no,
Alright,
no.
we definitely have to explore to see it.
I'll make you scrambled eggs when we get home.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, fine.
Uh,
So then I'm gonna go that way then. I want to go towards the water then.
okay, so yeah, so this would be back the way that you guys
Uh-huh.
had come up, and
Still
then
got
there's
some
a
exploring to do.
there's a passage to your
Well, I'm just
north,
going that way. I want to go to the boat.
and there is a passage to your. Ooh, what happened? What did I lose?
Everything. The marbles.
Everything. Yep. Okay. So there would be a passage. So you want to go back down. Okay. Sure. So we're going to. Is anybody else following the dwarf? Or who's
I'm
doing
Those
what?
guys are over there. Those guys are still over
Yep.
there.
I'm assuming you probably called them back in kind of as things settle
I'm
down.
assuming Steve is by Adriana.
Okay.
By
So
listening.
who's going where? What are you guys doing?
There it is.
Well, I'm just gonna herd her back in the direction of everybody else.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
What direction are you guys going? You guys
Well,
can
this
go.
guy's already going this way.
Alright, gang. Shit.
Okay.
We're going this
So
way.
you're just gonna go that way.
Hang on. Hang on.
Okay.
Did you pick up your torch again?
Yes.
Are you getting walking blindly?
Definitely picking up that torch.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Because you can't see shit.
Because
Yeah.
you will need that, as it is quite dark in here.
What?
I can't see.
And you can't see. So okay. So you step
I'm
through.
blind, man. I can't see nothing. Bravo 6 gone dark.
Try to crush the darkness.
I magic missile the
Bravo
darkness.
6. Going
What's the
dark.
darkness's AC? If I can beat the darkness's AC.
Turn light.
This is the people I play with. All right.
Hey, Lysander can just call Moonbeam and walk forward with it.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, that would keep us safe in front of us.
All right.
Definitely would activate anything.
All right.
Get
So
one,
you
like,
step
pretty good.
in to the next room. This
There's
appears
another-
to be. So I don't have any of the like stuff in here, but you know there is stuff in there. So you step through the room, and it appears that there is some scientific equipment and metallic equipment.
With the same glyphs, we didn't.
Well, it almost looks like it's some of the stuff from the rooms that you had seen before, but it looks like it had been very crudely picked up and moved here, and it has been changed or reworked in some form or fashion.
So there's more notes.
And then
on
I
the
pulled
egg
out my
things?
No,
warhammer.
there is just basically think those
Smash
the
the sciencey
chests.
stuff.
Then you hit the science to make
I'm
the
gonna,
science
I'm gonna
make
look
sense.
at it while holding my
Don't.
Yeah.
warhammer.
Don't.
Basically,
hit
the
sciencey
thing
stuff.
that you had seen where you popped open and there was the egg inside. There's one that's been looks like it's been brought here, as well as some other equipment of sorts, and it's been crudely kind of like jerry-rigged together to do something different than what it was originally intended to do. But
You
you're
guys
not
want-
sure what. You see this equipment that's just kind of in one of the corners.
You guys want to do some science?
No,
No.
no.
I hold
I
my
want to walk
warhammer.
up to the box.
I mean, like
and
I've
see if I
already
can hear
tamed
anything
one
in the
angry
box.
person today.
Sure. So you walk up to the box and you go ahead and give me a perception check.
No, 'cause I don't have a hole in my box.
How do you say infanticide? Infanticide?
Infant.
No.
Side.
All right.
And the T.
Fantastic. That's something you want to hear. All right, perception check. Okay, so you kind of listen to see if there's anything inside the container, and you don't specifically hear. You hear kind of just like kind of like an echoing mechanical hum, but other than that, it's almost like putting your head to a seashell.
But there's a noise.
But besides the just echoing hum, there is nothing else.
I'm gonna open it.
Sure.
There's beyond mine.
Sure. So you walk up to it and you pop it open and it is empty. It appears that whatever this was brought here
Yeah.
for was not.
What else
Completed.
is that's just in this room
Yeah, in this room there is another passageway that leads a larger kind of opening that leads south.
Boom. I'm,
Okay.
like right here now. That's
Sure.
me. Yeah.
So you're gonna head south. Is anybody following, or is there any more kind of looking at the equipment or anything like that?
I want to look at the equipment.
Okay.
I want to look at the stuff.
Make an investigation check.
I'll be like, oh, hey, Anira, why don't you go check out this stuff? You like stuff,
11.
right? Go get the stuff.
You like stuff? Go look at the stuff.
They might have shiny things.
Okay, so you said 11 total? Okay, all right, so you are looking at the equipment and you see what appears to be, like you see the big chest. You see what you're going to kind of guess is almost like a power generator of sorts that's like hooked up to it in some weird fashion. And as you look a little bit closer, you notice a faint kind of pulsating reddish pink glow coming from a small section of a panel.
Can I pick it up?
So you'd have to open the panel. It's like behind like
I'm gonna open the panel!
Yep, so you open the panel and you see what's hooked into wires basically inside. It's like a crystal, a pink red crystal that's kind of just slowly kind of pulsating.
I'm gonna grab it with the gauntlet hand.
Sure. You grab it.
Pick it up.
Yep, you pick it up. It is like I said, it's a pink, kind of reddish crystal, probably about maybe 8 inches long. It's got a couple of gold bands wrapped around it, and that's where things were it appeared that kind of fit into whatever device this is.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in my potions bag.
Sure. Okay, so you pocket that, and then you are heading down the other passage. Okay, we're gonna shift the screen because there's just. I guess I really don't need to do this, but we're going to anyway. You see another room down to the side. This one is
stands for Daddy Master.
looks more crudely cut, and I guess I would say this room itself seems almost newer than some of the other rooms that you guys have kind of walked through. It appears that there is like a desk in one corner and a crude bed that almost appears reconstructed to be larger than what it originally was in one of the corners. So this kind of looks like a living chamber of sorts.
I'm gonna go check that little dresser.
This is where
The
Cthulhu.
little cabinet. Does it have a drawer?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. 3 total. Yep. So you see this desk with like a couple of cabinets, drawers, and you open some of the drawers and you just kind of like open and look
that would
and you
actually be a
glance
1
in.
with my proficiency.
You 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you see these drawers and you open them up and you look at them and then you just kind of like drawer, and you just like quickly open. You don't see much anything that seems interesting to you, so you just slam it shut right away.
Okay.
Like
No shinies.
the entire desk takes you about 15 seconds to go through.
I'm gonna.
You didn't
lay
find
on the
anything.
bed. I'm gonna like jump to lay in the bed.
Okay. So you jump in, like you're like just kind of like diving into the bed kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, like trust falling, like
No.
launching
Just
himself.
like.
You just like yeah. Roll a strength saving throw.
Alright,
And it's a mimic.
okay. A mimic bed.
No. That would be funny though.
We had, what was it, a rug?
It was a rug that tried to eat you at one
yeah,
point.
a
Yeah.
rug tried to eat us.
All right. So you jump into the bed and
12.
12. Okay. So you jump into the bed. And as you hit it, you can hear like the wood snap and splinter, and you have a fraction of a second before the bed collapses, but you're able to manage to like brace yourself. So you're now sitting in a pile of what, like, imagine like the bed and then the legs just snap and it just goes clunk right onto the ground. And you're just like,
Yeah.
huh,
Uh,
that happened.
okay.
But you're fine.
At least I didn't fall into a pit or anything.
Yeah.
Alright, but yeah, no, I'm gonna.
So you've rustled through the drawers and jumped onto the bed. All right.
So it's a good progress. So I'm gonna
Dan,
head back.
is Wade doing anything?
He's just like,
Wait.
Wade, this has happened in a matter of like 30 seconds. You see him walk over to a desk.
Nothing!
Yeah, basically. And now he's chilling on the floor going, huh, that just happened. What are you doing?
I'm gonna look through the desk.
Okay. That's fair. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
let's see it. Let's see it then. You're not taking a piss, are you?
Oh man. Yep.
19.
Okay, so you take a look and significantly more thoroughly this time. You know, where your friend just like less than 15 seconds through the entire desk. You spend a minute or two actually looking and looking inside the drawers. Inside the desk, you find really nothing of value, just kind of some just blank pieces of paper and scraps of things. But you do find in the bottommost drawer, it appears that it is much more shallower than it should be. And as you take a closer look, you find like a hidden compartment, like where the drawer has a false bottom. You pop that open, and inside you find two like pink red crystals, probably about 6 to 8 inches in length, with a couple of gold bands wrapped around them, and they're slowly kind of pulsing a pinkish glow.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put my gloves on.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna grab them.
Sure. Okay. Grab both of them.
That's okay.
What?
Both of them. There's
Okay.
two.
Yeah, I'll grab
Yep.
Like Hong Kong
Okay. So
tomato
you grab both of them.
one in each hand, though.
Sure.
As long as
Okay,
it's
what are you doing?
repeating
Over it, I'm
automatic-
like,
it's
huh.
a repeating onomatopoeia
He looks like
thing,
those,
and,
the flight guys with
Yeah.
the. Yep.
Guess where these are going?
Oh no. All right, so you have both the
That's
crystals.
right,
Are
in
you?
my backpack.
But you just look at me the whole time instead of saying that.
You're just like. All right, so you put them in your backpack and tuck them away. Okay.
Or we head back.
Okay. So you guys head back and meet up with the rest of the group. What are you guys doing? Okay.
Is
So
there also this way?
there is, yeah. Okay.
We might as well sniff that around too.
All right. So we
Hashtag
move.
We're
completionist.
going this way.
Okay.
Move the screen. All right. So you guys head back to the main room where you guys had your battle earlier, and you head north into another
Okay.
room. This one appears to be, again, rather crudely dug out. Appears to be unfinished. As you guys enter the room and look around, you notice that there appears to be some beds and things that, of course, obviously were moved here. They're very similar to the beds that you guys had seen in
First time.
the last week in the upstairs, those like kind of bedrooms with the closets. They look very similar to that. Of course, they're not. They've been moved here. Most of them are in quite disarray. There's appears to be 8 of them total.
We only killed 2 thingies.
Would they let the brain sleep in a bed?
That dude was probably sleeping in there. The
Yeah.
killer.
Maybe they were waiting
I
for
feel
more.
like the brain thingies were made.
Yep.
Like, is that where you're thinking?
So, I think, what is your wisdom modifier? Because you're the one that I
Minus-
don't know.
-2.
My wisdom is 10.
Okay.
So 0 modifier.
Okay. All right. That's
You're
fine.
being so mean.
Um,
Sorry.
So,
And then your
Adriana, so
intelligence
Lysandra, Lysandra, as you kind of guys are walking through the room and looking around, you notice tucked underneath one of the beds, you find a small box that you spot out of the corner of your eye. Everybody else kind of just would have missed it as they were mulling around, but
You go open the
it blends in very, very well with the dirt because it's the same color as the dirt.
Just brush it off.
It's Jumanji,
Sure.
dude. Don't fuck
Do I
with
notice any sort of like writing or anything on it?
Nope, it's just like a kind of a plain, dark wooden box.
Yeah, it's a box.
Yep.
Does
What's
it
in the
have-
box?
Does it have any sort of lock or anything?
Nope. It just kind of looks like a. I mean, it's a box about this big. Just there's no clasp. It's just a wooden box with a top.
No weird
No.
smells, anything crazy like that?
It's another crystal. Open it.
Alright, I'll open it up.
Okay. So inside the box, you find 36 gold pieces,
Yeah!
as well as a small ornamental dagger.
Oh!
Yep. This one appears to have a gold. This is very, very ornamental. The handle, the hilt of the dagger is made of what appears to be gold. The blade is, of course, like just a pure white silver, and the center, like the center of the blade, has a deep red streak
That's cool.
of some gemstone or mineral of some sorts running through the blade.
That's pretty neat. Okay.
Now
Can I
we
tell
Very,
if
very
it's
ornamental.
made by a certain type of somebody or?
Well, so as you kind of look it over, you see some of the symbols that you had seen previously that you weren't able to read, the circular patterns of symbols. You see some of that stuff kind of in a circular pattern on the blade itself. So you're assuming that it's probably...
Do you show it to me?
Interesting.
Yep.
I don't know if I want to show it to you. You might take it from me.
And that's what you find in the box.
Well,
It's a dagger.
I have an ornamental Warhammer of a bastard son, dwarf.
Yep. But that's what you find.
Okay, I'm adding it in here.
I mean, it's
So fancy.
yep. Like I said,
Fancy
it's weighted pretty good. That like if you
it's
you can use it. It's
Sweet.
a very usable dagger, but it's
Just,
just it appears very finely and ornate,
Nice.
I feel
ornately
like if you
made.
hit it in the right spot on somebody, like, it's just gonna blow up.
I'm
or some shit.
just gonna like tuck it away.
Tuck it
so,
away. Okay.
quick question: the fog of war is uncovered for the spots we've traveled already.
Yes, I tried
cool.
to keep it as much as I can. If it's missing, we'll uncover it.
Okay, so we should head back.
I'm gonna toss the gold to Anira because she's our treasury basically.
Our treasury.
It was 20 pieces.
20 pieces?
More than that. I think I said 36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I already forgot what I
I'll
said.
take
I was just like,
36
it's
over
this.
20.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 36.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I already forgot what I told you, but... All right, so that's what you guys find. Is there any other...
Can I start
snoop-
flipping beds? I want to flip some beds.
Sure.
Let her get her frustrations out.
Just like these ones down here.
Yeah, so you just start...
I want to see if there's anything in them.
You guys are indeed of course.
Nope. The one as you go to go pick it up, it kind of disintegrates in your hands. The wood kind of just dry rotted
Okay.
as you kind of flip it.
After that, I'm not going to flip anymore.
Okay. Yeah, like one, you topple one with ease, and then the next one is kind of like, you're not sure how it was standing. It's just like very, things are being thrown already. It's very like dry rot. Like as you just flick the bed, like it just snaps. And then she's, yep.
That's the noise I make. Exactly the noise I make.
All right.
When you
So,
drink a beverage.
jeez Louise. All right, so you guys
the
are
bed
heading.
disintegrates when I try and flip it, you twat waffle.
Okay.
All right, where are you guys? What are you guys doing? You guys are
That
heading
way.
back. Okay. So where are you guys heading back to?
To the boat.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go check out the boat now.
All right, I would say if you guys want to just slide your miniatures off to the side for now.
Boats in hell.
Okay, so you head back down, and you find the lake area with the two boats.
I call it dibs on that boat.
Okay.
We'll look at that boat.
Sure. It is a very small, like canoe. It looks like you could maybe fit two people. You don't see any oars anywhere though.
You mean one?
Oh yeah, with you it would be one. Two of them. Maybe two and Lanet.
That's about right.
But yeah, you don't see any oars. They're just tied to a post.
I don't see any sick loot.
It is a very crude and simple canoe that is empty. And the other one appears to be very much the same.
I'm gonna go back and search the other stuff.
Yeah, we'll come back to this.
Okay.
Gonna go that way.
All right. So you head.
I think we head back upstairs, right?
Yep. So you head back to the main hall, and you can
Yeah,
go
and then
back
up.
up the stairs. Yep.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
And down.
Did you guys? So you guys are heading all the way back.
I'm gonna try and go in there, and then Lysandra's gonna grab me and not let me go.
Oh, in the okay.
Yeah, we already did that part.
Did we already go that way?
Nope.
So you head down here, and there's another set of stairs
that way.
down. You're gonna head down.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we die. This is where we die, guys.
All right. So you guys head down the stairs, which head down a hallway, which takes a 90-degree corner and ends at another gate.
Can we bring it like to right here? Or like, can we bring us here to here? You know what I'm saying?
Well, this fits. Yeah. There's a gate there when you go around the corner.
I'm gonna go through the door.
Okay.
Okay.
She's gonna go through the door. I'm going to be right behind.
I'm going to spin it.
Yep.
Spin that bitch.
Okay, so when you guys,
Look at the
you
gate.
see through the gate, you see another
Sure.
open area with water, and you walk back and you spin the wheel and open the, okay, and of course the
Is there anything this way?
no, there's just a wall there. So as you crank, it is just very, loud, and the grinding of the gears and the rust basically from everything as the gate opens up, and now you can head out to the water. As you go through the gate,
This is no safety square. Don't do that.
That's his no-no square.
It's safety square too.
okay, as you go through the passage of the gate, you notice that there is just, it drops off directly to water. Across, there is another area, a pathway of sorts that goes up, and past that is more water with another, what appears to be another little passageway on the other side. Both of the waterways appear to go
So do we see the
back this
bridge
way.
right here? That way
no.
or that
So if you peer, like, you have to kind of hang on to the wall to peer over. As you
Hang on to my cloak.
Yep. As you look over, you see kind of like two cave entrances, like tunnels, where
Both
the water,
ways?
the water goes back up this way to like a cave tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
The other direction, you notice that the center walkway kind of goes, and then there's a small set of stairs to like an upper platform, and both of the waterways extend down to another pool of water, where there's two circular stone like archways that have different runes and symbols in them
I would say
that are as wide as the water can perfectly go through both, or one of the rings. Each waterway has its own ring.
Let's go back to the other side.
Yeah, so what's
You do also notice that there appears to have been at some point like a wooden drawbridge that would have
Gone down.
gone down, but the wood is gone. It is just completely rotted away.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the side that Lysander found last time.
The
Sure.
coin
Up,
flip side.
Up.
Okay.
We're going to the right now.
Okay. So you head back and up.
Oh, that's disconcerting.
Yeah, I know. It's just.
Just whipping around the world, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Okay. So you
Boys,
head back
control
up to this section, which would be the section with the bedrooms. Are
Should
you
we
doing?
go-
Are you doing anything, or are you just moving through them?
We're gonna go over
That way.
this. Yeah.
All right. So you head back into here. If you go, take a right, that goes back up the steps to the kind of that entrance.
Yep. So. do we go
Otherwise,
that
this ends
Oh.
in a
we're gonna go
wall
that way
and
now.
across the bridge. The two waterways here
Whoa,
go
whoa, whoa.
through tunnels, and
So can I look and see like?
you are much higher where you wouldn't be able to see down and through them.
Is there like a
Um,
hole
What do you?
in the wall? Like if I'm looking at it like this, can down this way? Can I see?
You're almost at the top of the tunnel when you go across the bridge, because you'd have to go like up a small step to cross the bridge.
Can I look at like the side of the thing? Does
water?
it look like the glyphs that we saw from down in the door?
This appears to be like a bridge across the two, like
Okay.
like an actual walkway.
Nothing fancy.
What you seen was two like rings that perfectly surrounded the waterways themselves, and there was two of them, one for each waterway.
In
that makes
character,
sense.
I'm gonna say like, I feel like if we get in the water, we're going somewhere weird.
Let's go somewhere
happened
weird.
to us before.
I think I have
I
some of
wanna
those
go that
mushrooms
way,
left
though.
over
I want to go that way though.
from the dark
Okay.
caves.
All right, so you cross the waterway, and there is another tunnel
That's
on
my
the
tunnel.
other side,
That's my tunnel. Let's go.
or another, I should say, a tunnel, hallway. All right.
Hallway.
That's my hallway. Let's go to the hallway.
No, this is Lysandra's hallway. She found this one.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Okay,
That was an old reference.
so there's another hallway, and you head down the hallway, and you see a hallway that
Hallways.
extends for
wanna go
quite
down
a
this
little
door.
ways before it kind of ends in
I
what
wanna go
appears
this
to be
door.
another T.
I'm just gonna take this first door right here.
Yep, there are two doorways in
Yeah,
either
take
of
this
them.
door.
Okay,
This door first.
All right.
Speed run.
Speed run. Speed run.
We don't like the Mind Flayer dungeon, alright?
All right. So
Big brain
you
moves.
head up into the room.
We just gotta let Lysandra smack him. We'll be fine.
All right. You step into the room, and it appears to be. Let me just get this so I can make it larger.
I know what you're gonna do.
It appears to be a
Dining hall.
dining hall of some sorts.
Are you gonna like the braziers?
And
Oh,
it
it's a
appears
lunchroom.
to extend
Thinking about
around a corner where there is another doorway. There is also another doorway to on the northern edge of the room.
Yo, you know we
There
gotta
is
hit this room.
several unlit braziers around the
Love
room.
it.
But as
probably a
you
Braziers.
enter, do me a favor and give me a dexterity saving throw.
All of us or just me?
Just you, because you said you were entering the room.
Yay. Let's do this.
Hell yeah, brother. We gotta do them dex throw saves.
18.
Okay, so you step into the room, you quickly scan across the room, and you see the tables, you see the unlit braziers, and then out of the corner of your eye, you catch it. A bright flash from around the corner, and you see this flash, and you see it coming at you. It's like this kind of, you're guessing it's like basically like an Eldritch Blast. And you are able to step out of the way as it just into the wall behind you.
What do we see?
You see a bright flash that hits the wall in the doorway.
It's the paparazzi.
No, I'm definitely
Okay.
sprinting in there.
Yep, and we are going to roll for initiative.
Oh! Rolling for initiative.
Hey, move your arm.
Can I try something first?
What do you want to try?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
can I go and say like, we come in peace. We just don't want it. Like, why are you shooting? Why are you throwing this at me? Like, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, he's gonna run in because he sees like something throw.
Sure.
But like, I'm gonna go,
Yep.
hold up, what's going on? Like,
Yep,
does anything respond?
nope. You hear movement. That seems like it's weapons are being drawn. Okay.
See, this is called personal space, alright? This is
All right.
this
I'm
is
gonna let you
personal
pick
space.
poison.
Okay.
I sniffed it.
Personal space.
Okay, so not
Oh
that
no,
one.
I went to
Not
roll,
that one,
but
not
this
that
is
one.
me rolling.
Oh,
That one
jeez.
works.
And then
Oh,
he
wait, you
rolled
can
onto
do-
my finger, so I rolled a 1
Oh, no. All right. Hold on.
before my modifier.
Hey!
There you go.
All right,
There
hold
you
on a
go.
That one's
second.
better, so.
I gotta get
You rolled that one
this.
first anyway.
Come on.
Oh, come on!
My thing is not.
Cody, that's what I rolled.
You know what I rolled? This.
Welcome to the bottom, my friend. We're the first ones in. But we're gonna be the last ones to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you guys have for initiative?
7
7.
total.
Okay. Sandra,
I got a 20 total.
20 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Chain breaker. 2 total.
Total. Told you,
All right.
me and him are gonna be
And
the last
Wade,
ones.
what did
I'm
Wade have?
gonna kick your ass.
If you click the initiative
8.
thing, it rolls for you.
8.
8.
8 total. Okay.
Hey, didn't
That's
sound
not
my
as
ass
fun
too.
though.
Banana pancakes.
Baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
Is that 40k?
Whee!
It's probably because their last edition sucked big butts.
mean, 8th?
Alrighty.
It's so bad. They're just
I
like,
just bought the 8th edition books.
Oh, man. No, for real though, they were like, hey, 8th edition, we're gonna have it, so your units don't cost points anymore. It's a collective, so now this group of units costs this much. And I was like, you may have to redo my whole army because I gotta accommodate for stupid points. Whoa.
Combat music.
Lunchroom fight.
I'm gonna
Lunchroom
kick his ass
fight.
and take his Sammy.
All right.
Oh no, my chicken nuggies!
All of the lunch money now.
Oh,
I throw the
no.
applesauce.
All right.
My Lunchables
so
and my Danimals.
We must guard these treasures.
Horrible, horrible. Okay, so put Anira and Chainbreaker
In the room.
as they just stepped into the room.
I'm here.
And then everybody else, go ahead and
I
we'll
feel like
put
for
everyone
my
in the
projectile-
hallway.
That way.
I'm gonna use a gusher.
Yep. If you want to put everybody in the hallway, it just kind of figure out how you guys want to stack up in the hallway. And I'm going to place a couple things. You guys are doing that.
Is it? So there should be 6 more. Yeah, because we killed two of the thingies, and then there should be 6 more because there were 8 beds.
Beep.
I'm sorry. Am I impeding on your roll with my leg?
I'm itchy.
Same.
I worked outside today though. I got a blister on my foot. I know.
Dude, I punched the ground.
Why did you do that?
So
You get the side of the ground, you lose.
my swing ripped. And I was like, I'm just.
Health bar goes down on the ground.
I'm so mad. I'm gonna punch the dirt.
Oh, no.
This isn't redacted.
So I was.
Oh,
You
no.
definitely
was
punching
weaving-
some
I
dirt
was weaving
bags.
the new swing
Alright.
set because
Yikes.
I got rope
All right.
for it and it looks really cute. But like, I was weaving
So-
and I went like this and I just.
Who's on
we are,
first?
punched the
so
I punched myself in the face
Verathin
before I
is
got the
actually
blankets.
first.
It happens.
Be the
Um,
right PM.
Rolled a
Yep.
total of 23.
Woo!
So Verathin will make his way into the room.
Oh, sugar.
How
babies.
close
have you
can
done?
he get?
What's his?
This is 30 right here.
Okay, so have him move one more space forward. So I
Bob.
think he gets 35 if I remember correctly.
Okay.
No, 30.
That way.
Never mind. So back him up once.
Alright,
And
I
then
touched it with my feet.
That's fine.
can't say that on
Oh, the other one.
he'll move
D6.
another 30 to try to get as
It's
close
by
to that far
that
table as he
Leg of
can.
your chair.
Oh, I thought you meant my leg.
Like right
Flip the
here.
table.
Sure, perfect.
Hey, you
So
should
he
flip
gets
the
to the right back one. Perfect, right there. So he gets there, and then attempts to take a shot with his bow.
In the dark?
Um,
A shot in the dark. He's taking a shot in the dark.
Shot in the dark, yeah.
Doesn't he have night vision? He's an elf, right?
Yeah, for
And
100
he will attempt to hit this one because I think he can hit with that.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45,
Yeah,
50.
you should be able to.
60, 65, 70. If you go that way.
Might be a little close, but he's gonna attempt it.
You don't remember it? You don't remember his modifiers already? Come on.
I don't.
Plus
offhand.
85, that's what it is.
Ah, nice try. Okay, so he's got an 18, and so he's gonna attempt to hit number 4.
Would he see this guy?
14 will hit. He's gonna see this one that's in the small one. The rest of them are kind of just out of line of sight for him, from his vantage point. So he's gonna attempt to take a shot at number 4 and will hit.
It will kill. Kill. Your blade will kill.
9 points of damage.
So he attacks the darkness, and he wins.
And
Just
then
awesome.
he will have
just do count.
Spirit move up. Where's his pup?
Right here.
Back there, by the wharf.
Okay. So he'll bring his pup in, so it can move 40 feet. Put it right kitty corner to Anira,
Back
in front of Anira. Yeah, right there. That'll work. Okay, then we go to one of the lizard peoples that are appearing out of the darkness.
No, I got enough gamer energy.
I remember everything. Hold on.
Are you wearing socks today, Dan?
Shut up.
toe socks.
I'm just saying, are you wearing socks?
Kind of do like
Okay, well, it's still protection either way.
Okay.
taking off boots. They're coming for you.
Okay.
I think it's mostly Dan.
So another
This
one.
is Dan's feet.
Jeez Louise. Another one comes from behind and steps out around the table. This one is carrying. Nope, you're
That's
good.
the home monitor. We gotta rough him up.
Carrying what appears to be, I guess, for you guys, what you guys would call it would be like almost like a rifle. But it appears
Mine.
It
Sorry.
steps out and picks up and just fires, and you see Basically an
Right.
Eldritch Blast.
Mine.
So
Sorry.
it will attempt Chainbreaker. You are in front, so it will attempt
With
to.
the light.
Yeah. Yes. It's
Oh.
basically you're there. You're the closest and the easiest for it to hit. What's your AC?
My AC.
Is a reptile.
My AC. 13.
13.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's stellar, man. Stellar.
Sure. So this is going to hit you.
You're gonna set yourself on fire.
Hold on a second. I gotta remember exactly what I gotta roll for it. Okay. So
Like a 3-minute
That-
delay.
and okay. Yep. Okay, so it shoots you with the Eldritch Blast, basically. This one is more like a pinkish red, in a sense,
Instead
just
of
a,
green.
yeah, instead of like a green or a purple normally. This would be like a pinkish red that emanates from the weapon that he's holding. Hits you square in the chest, you take 2 points of damage.
Oh.
Rolled really badly on the damage roll. And then for you, it kind of feels like you got the wind knocked out of you for a second. But you
Glad it
recover
was a
quickly.
tickle.
Yep.
I can't remember.
Yep. All right.
Dude, and then he started blasting.
Right. Started blasting. All right. So, yep. So that's what happens. Then we go. It's just,
God,
It
you are
happens.
a poet of your time.
yep. Yep.
It happens.
It happens.
I
I
don't know.
mean, I rolled.
Yeah,
I rolled.
um,
I rolled the lowest I could roll on the damage die.
Review.
It's a D10. I rolled the lowest I could roll. You took 2 points of damage. So then we go to Lysandra.
Ah,
What's Lysandra doing?
She's gonna roll her eyes.
Okay, I mean,
that's cool.
I can
that's
already,
cool.
I can already hear it coming, but I'm gonna go ahead and in the room behind.
End of the room.
That's what I said, didn't I?
You said
20.
end.
20, you got two
You
spots.
said end. E-N-D is end.
food
You got
fight.
2 spots to move.
Yeah, that's a good one in the chat. Food
I'll go
fight.
to her right.
What? Behind
How
me?
far can you get?
No, I'm gonna do that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think she's a lefty in the game too, so I'm just gonna like.
What's your
He's
range
lefty,
on your
hopefully.
spells?
Yeah, what are you doing?
That
That definitely looks
Moonbeam
like an
in the
area that could be
basement?
burned.
And then
so there's no
Wade,
chance of
you
us
will
being
be on
friends with
deck.
these guys, is there?
You will be on deck. But there is a lot of things.
You.
Oh, okay.
Wade is on deck, but a bunch
I'm
of things
working
in
on it,
between.
I'm working on it, I'm working
So-
on it.
This looks like a really good spot. You could definitely spike them.
You guys, as a collective,
gonna do
rolled
it
pretty
and-
badly for initiative, and they rolled pretty
You
good.
have no idea
So
what that means, and I'm so sorry. That.
I mean, I think you rolled okay.
Yeah, me too.
Everyone else did not.
I definitely rolled okay.
I rolled a 3.
What is the range on that? Range is 90 feet. That's more than 90 feet, ain't it?
We figured from him it's 70, and that's doing like the whole.
Yeah, you could.
Kick around.
You could probably. It's probably about 100 feet.
Okay, so I need to get within 90 feet of these guys.
I'd say if you get right here.
Okay.
Okay.
So if
do
you,
a
so
dash
you've made
action.
your movement, you can take a dash, and you basically that's your action for the round to move another 30 feet.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So then.
To here.
I need to get within 90 feet.
Okay.
Go through
All right.
me.
So then that's you then.
Yes, that's me.
10,
Destiny.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So here.
Math, ladies and gentlemen.
Math. All right. So then we've got a couple of the dudes. We gotta move them. Hold on. I'm just gonna grab a.
We need one of those little arms.
You know what? I'm gonna do this the correct way. All right. So the one on the far,
This one.
that one. Yep. He will move up, so we're basically right behind the brazier.
There.
Yep.
Can they see in the dark? Do they see Lysandra?
The one at the table.
This one?
Yep. Is then
Is
going
he
to
gonna
jump
jump the
up
table?
on the table, run, jump across to the other
That's why you
table,
like Discord.
and move up to the far corner of it.
No.
Yep.
No.
It's just like normal chat.
Well, Discord is like everybody in this room, so that way.
Okay. Then we move to
Let's use
Lanet.
It's more exclusive. It's more
We're in a special. We're special. Special ed.
Lanet is gonna move up. Jeez Louise.
We are good. Thank you.
Lanet is gonna move up behind Anira.
So much trouble.
All right, and then
You took your crazy juice today, didn't you?
Yep.
okay, you hear Lanet scream.
Scream?
Well,
Scream.
for him, it's hey yo Goliath man, incoming. As you feel him climb up your shoulders, he's gonna basically scale
Hell
you, sit on your shoulder,
He's
yank
gonna
out his
scale
bow, and
you.
over the top of your shoulder, fire a bow.
Exactly.
Hey, does he
Like-
perch in there? Oh
Yes.
wow, that is
It was
perfect.
meant to be.
Yep. So from basically your shoulders, he's going to fire
I know you are.
at the closest one that's
Is
there.
one on here?
He will hit the one by the brazier. Doing a total of. He gets 6 points. No. 8 points of damage. I can math.
I cannot.
The DM says.
Yeah, the DM says I can math. Yep, so he does a total of 8 points of damage. That is Lanet. Then we go to the guy here in the back. He's going to move up to basically the floor, one more that way. Yep, right there. And he pulls from out of his chest. He pulls out a smaller version of the
Big gun.
big gun. This looks very akin to like a hand crossbow, and just another blast
It's gonna blast.
erupts. Yeah, he just starts blasting. So this one, what's your AC again?
13.
Okay, it will barely hit you.
This is like such a good number.
So
He's rolling with disadvantage because of the distance and where he was, and
I know this is gonna sound awful, but can I duck?
and I duck.
Because technically, if
the
we're-
Lanet launcher fucking goes ducks.
How far would Lanet go if you ducked?
I'm just joking.
Horrible.
but
No,
I
he
feel like
ducks
fan.
and Lanet takes it to the face.
Nope. I will take it full frontally. He's my little
Full
man.
frontal?
So, yes.
All right.
Lanet
Yeah. So
launcher.
it just you take another shot right to the chest and 9 points of damage.
Can I use my stone's endurance?
Sure.
Rolling a d12.
Yep. Go for it.
Bah!
Why do you gotta have these?
What did you roll? Oh no.
I
Mamma
take 8
mia,
points of
pizza
damage.
mia.
Oh no. You rolled a 1.
Yes.
Ouch.
Beef.
Ouch. All right. So you take 8 points total.
Yes.
All right. Then you see another one, which will end up right on the corner. On the corner of the wall there. Yep.
It's another one.
That one, ignore the
Flamey?
things that's in its hand.
Class dismissed.
It's got a
Fists.
couple of scimitars.
Oh.
So they're not shocky things, they're scimitars. Those are scimitars.
Yeah,
That's what we're calling
that's
them.
what we're going with.
Look how morph they are.
I mean, that's basically the what they have is they have like a scimitar, like short sword, except some of them have
Guns.
the magic guns.
Yeah, I've been shot by 2 of them.
Because you are holding a torch.
I'm also.
Yeah. You're a focal
Holding a
point
man.
in the room.
I'm gonna,
You're big. You have a torch,
Boing, boing,
and you have a
boing.
man on your head
Boing, boing.
or
I'm gonna-
shoulders.
I'm gonna fucking throw my torch.
This is why Lana goes on my shoulders.
All right, then we go to Sun Lee, who will just get up to the doorway, and I think she can get up to the doorway.
30?
She'll take a dash and move another 30 to get into the room.
Boing, 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 boing.
Perfect.
Okay. Alright, deal.
She'll get into the room. Prospero. He will move up and into the room.
I had a plan.
He's in the doorway?
Have him move up one more. He's going to take a dash and then move down the wall.
Up to the brazier.
Sure.
That's 30, you can.
That's perfect.
Okay. Can I hold out the torch for him to grab?
No. You can just chuck it. You can yeet the torch if
It's
you
not
want
your
to.
turn yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we go to. Then we go to.
Piss.
Yes.
Then we go to Wade. Anira, you are on deck. What is Wade doing?
Well, I had a plan.
Okay. What was the plan?
Take all the ranged people around.
Mm.
So now it's just me and the warg. I'm gonna point at the warg. I'm gonna be like, the warg hopefully understands that.
He kind of gives you this weird, like, he cocks his head and he's just like,
Come on, puppy, come on.
you kind of like, you do this dance.
He
You like kind of like clap your hands like.
Can we not, you know,
He kind of gives you a weird glance and then you just kind of like, you see him kind of give you this weird like cockeyed side glance.
And then you see.
And then what are you doing?
You see Wade slowly pull a jar of peanut butter with a knife.
what the?
as he's squatting down behind the wall.
Oh man. All right, what is Wade doing?
Why?
Yeah, because. Somebody gotta say it.
Okay. No.
I'm next.
No. Maybe. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then I could use dash.
Yep.
Cool. That's another 40 feet?
Yep.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. No, let's stay right there.
Okay. You turn around, and the warg is about 10 feet away from you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Let's see, loyalties.
He wants that peanut butter.
Yeah, I don't like
Well, you didn't tell him to do anything.
You need
That's
a
true.
saddle,
Wade
bro.
did, and
Hey, at least he's working for the team.
he just kind of.
Please don't hurt my warg. I want
he's-
him more than just this one adventure.
It's also everyone else ran into the room. The only one in the hallway would have been the warg.
He didn't follow me?
No,
Nobody told
You
him.
didn't tell him to
say
follow you.
Oh, okay.
So he stayed in the hallway,
Okay, fair enough.
Man,
and
we
then
all
he
know
was
you're
left in the
responsible.
hallway.
I mean, I guess he's not the brightest creature. All right.
So I mean, he
Wow.
followed. He
So
followed.
nice. What's his intelligence? Like, it's in here.
He followed Wade because Wade basically tried to get him to do something, and Wade took off down the hallway, and he
He's
goes,
as intelligent as you are.
he goes,
Oh,
I guess. It's basically the like, well, I don't want to be out here alone, so
okay, fair enough.
sure.
Sorry, I'm getting used to this whole animal companion thing, so.
I mean, you haven't really done a whole ton yet, so.
Right.
Alright, who's
Okay.
next? Who's on first?
All right. So Wade, are you doing anything else?
I'm
Wait, do
gonna,
anything else?
I'm gonna get out. Oh, jeez. Do I? So, see, my plan was to go here and be like crossbow, boom, go back, reload, crossbow, boom, go back.
How
Okay.
much HP do you have?
Well, you could. I mean, you did have another 5 feet, I think, right?
Yeah.
So you could step out and then shoot.
Well,
You wouldn't be able to move
49
back.
total.
What's your current HP?
49 total.
Oh, you do it.
Or
I have
could
22.
I could use my blade of darkness and stab him from behind and be like, "Are you okay?"
Is there anything that way? Because I know that he said there were a couple doorways that way.
Yeah. See, what I'm thinking is that if we go here, hopefully this is just not a false thing, and then eventually these guys are gonna be like over here. I don't.
I don't know.
This is
You
John Cena.
can't
You
see.
don't have dark vision.
Oh yeah, you don't. Have
Oh yeah, that's right. You're in a dark hallway.
All around
You had
me
to
are
remind him.
familiar
Sorry.
You had to remind
I'm
him.
sorry.
See, this is when you shut. You
I mean,
shut.
you
I
can
go like
you
those
can
braziers.
see.
Brazers.
I'll
say
I'll
that.
let you.
Braziers.
Okay, that's better.
I will say that you're
A
okay.
little bit.
It is very very dark, but you can see the light coming through the doorway. So you were able to make your way down to the end of the hallway.
Okay.
Dark vision.
but I can't because
I'm working on a different
I
one
don't
right
have
now.
much movement left. So
If you had, I think you still had 5. So if you did want to step another 5 to get into the doorway, you could, because you had 5 left, right?
Whip, blast, blast, and blast.
So you could step in and fire, but then you wouldn't be able to move
You're
back.
gonna let them blast at your boy
yes.
with guns in Dungeons and Dragons?
Hey, Second Amendment, baby.
Not here, not here, bro.
Don't argue with Dan about the Second Amendment.
Like, even if it's fantasy.
So I'm gonna basically try to use this as cover, but be like,
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot you with my crossbeer.
Sure. I'll let you use it as half cover.
Cool. I don't know what that does for me.
It ups your AC a little bit.
Oh, that's,
temporarily.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm picturing like you made it to the end of the hallway and you're kind of like leaning around the hallway and then you fire in.
Yeah. So which one has the gun?
So
2 of them.
That one.
yeah. So the
Which one has
this
the big
one
gun?
Yeah.
is the one that has the big gun.
Okay.
That one has got just pulled out a small like
I guess.
hand crossbow sized and just
Yep. Okay.
and that's what you see so far.
All right. Well, let me just check this real quick. I'm gonna shoot him.
Which one?
This guy.
Okay. Yep.
Let's see. 13.
Okay. 13 total.
Yes.
That will not hit.
Damn it.
Wow, he has better AC than I do.
I tried.
So you fire the crossbow and it just sails over their head.
Cool.
Alright.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. We go to Anira. Chainbreaker, you are on deck in between.
Get in front
One
of
more
me.
thing.
I'm also behind you with a flaming sword, by the way.
Yeah, go for it.
So, like, you're kind of a focal point because you're big and you have a torch. So, can I walk up and flip that table? Like, do these look flippable tables?
It's a wooden table.
Can I flip it to where it's like
Which table?
that one?
Yeah, you walk up and you just
Like cover.
okay, and you duck behind it.
Okay. So where is it situated? Like this end?
I'm gonna say that you kind of picked up that corner and you just kind of flipped it.
Like this?
We'll say it's kind of more diagonal a little bit.
It's about the same size. So like,
Yeah, like that. That'll work.
Okay.
We'll use that. That is the table kind of sitting on its side. The legs are pointed back towards you. And I'm going to say that took your... That's your movement.
Okay.
Because you had to walk up and then flip the
As
table.
an attack action, can I take the torch from him?
I mean... I'll just say as your action, yeah, you can take the item. You can take the torch from him if you
I'm
wanted
gonna
to.
take the torch from you.
gang shit.
Then that's all you can do though.
Okay.
Is just take it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
How tall is this table?
Um, So it is laying like the long way across the ground.
This way.
Yeah.
And it's probably, so the dwarf is standing behind it and is completely obscured.
Okay, so
You'd need a duck.
could I like?
It's probably about 4.5, 5 feet tall.
Okay, so could I theoretically go up to this, like kneel or crouch behind it to where I'm covered and dude's covered until he unpeaks himself and fires?
If you crouch behind it, he will be over the top of the table.
What if I sit behind it?
But he'll still be in some partial cover. It'll still be considered like quarter cover.
Then it'll be fine.
Alright, partial cover.
Yeah, it's partial cover for him. Basically, it's like his top half would be
Are you
above
just
the
like
table.
readying your battle axe for if anything comes near our table?
Basically. Then I go, Lennon, how does a mounted bow sound to you?
How does a mounted bow?
Or he uses a bow, right?
It's a short bow.
Short bow. Yeah,
Yep.
mounted bow. He sits up there and
Yes. Works for me.
Alright, that's what I do. I get up here and
And you crouch down.
yeah, and I ready myself. Ready in action. Right, that's what it
'Kay.
is if they charge
Yep.
us.
So what do you? So if they hit the edge of the table, you spring out and
Oh,
Smash 'em?
Oh yeah.
okay.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's That's me. That's me.
That's it.
Okay.
Can you just like make like a? You need a laser pointer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hold on a second. I'm just gonna keep track of certain things here.
Throw it up. I sneak outside for a little sneaky sneak.
Go.
Go
Get a
for it.
while.
I gotta put some numbers down so I can keep track of things.
That's right. I need to pass gas.
Okay, look at this. This is the fantastic beast and where to find them. That's me and
Remember,
you.
guys, we're live streaming.
Are we still live streaming?
Oh yeah.
Are we muted? Oh, okay.
We're live. We're not taking a break.
Still on here.
Here.
So, thank you for the warning because I thought break time meant I'm gonna
No,
say
we're
something.
no. He's stepping out.
I have
'Cause
things
he's
to
got a
say and
while.
words to tell.
I am your words.
No, you're the collective. You're the collective thought of us.
Oh wait, I want to use it backwards. Okay. All right.
Is this one?
Yes. If you can just keep those with them, just so that I can keep track, because I don't have my bases yet.
I spent 40 minutes in the shower thinking that why is there a thing called a grapefruit when there's a fruit called grapes?
Horrible. Okay.
And there's a method.
We will head back to the top of the order, right?
It's Verathan.
Hold on. He stepped up and shot that one. What did I do here? I messed something up. Which one did Verathan shoot? Verathan shot, no, because that one was around the corner. Verathan
4.
shot
4.
4. Yep, okay. And Lanet shot 1. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. So 4 has got to go. He will move up to he'll move up to where that chair is on that front table with the other two. On the back side. Yep, right there. And then he doesn't really have quite a clear shot yet, so he's just gonna kind of.
Does he grumble it too?
No, he just kind of like crouches behind the table and takes up a position.
It is starting to rain a little bit.
You are the rain.
Fun. All right, so then we go back to the top
And
of the
I set
order.
fire
We
to
go
it.
to Verathan. So Verathan will attempt to take a shot at number 1, and he will hit. What has he got? It's at D8. These. 3 plus 4, 7. So 7 points of damage. Come on.
Seems legit, man.
There it is.
That's me.
Okay. And Spirit will Spirit will move up to that doorway on the top side of the room. For the puppy.
Mood.
The story?
Yep, 1 back. There you go. Okay. Then we go to
I'm so proud of myself.
number.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, I did have those
I'm proud.
backwards.
I'm saving so much money.
They're
What a
switching to
number.
Geico.
We're not sponsored.
Redacted.
Okay. So number 5 will
Go
hold
this
on.
way?
No, hold on. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think here what they're, because I can't remember which one's which now. Okay, so
This is 5.
yeah, 5.
Swordy
I
boy is
bel-
5.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who had what. Because I think number 5 was the one that took a shot at Chainbreaker. Yeah. Hold on. I'm just going to make some notes so that I don't forget something and mess it up. Bear with me a second.
No. Not willing to do that. It's too
no,
much
the pen
effort.
dies.
I can't say it.
That's why we have?
Discord.
BMO chop. Bless.
Excuse me.
There's no excuse.
I know. There isn't.
Get it together.
I know.
Take your
I'm
allergies
trying.
and shove them up
Trying.
Don't say that.
somebody's tree.
All right. So, number 5 will attempt to take another shot here.
Oh.
At
See, that's what-
well, I guess Prospero is stepped out.
He's stepping out.
All right.
Good to know.
Hold on. Oh Jesus. Okay, so you see number 5 pick up the rifle and attempt, or the weapon, and attempt to fire at Prospero.
4 had it though.
You see the rifle. You see a bright flash from the rifle, and the guy just looks
That's
at it,
fair.
and you kind of So it's smoking a bit, and you hear him like just somebody say something. Throw the gun onto the ground and draw swords.
You're shooting blanks.
Guys, no,
Lord,
it's this.
he rolled a critical
Oh,
fail,
this
and the gun
newfangled
overheated.
technology, just screw this. I'm going back to my swords.
He definitely sounds like an old person.
He rolled a critical fail, and then there's percentiles for like if the gun
Blew up.
overheats,
Malfunction.
malfunctions.
Pull up.
Because it was a critical
You know what?
1,
I
it
can't
needed to be
spell it,
over
so-
75. It was 94, which had that have just been a,
I'll tell you.
like
Okay.
it would have been. It was bad. It basically just was. Yeah, no, this gun is breaking.
I'm sorry, Dan.
There's other ones.
There's a handgun
there's other
still.
ones.
There's a handgun.
There's another rifle.
Yeah, there's 2
Yeah,
Oh.
4's got one. 4 and 3 have guns.
and 5.
I say we keep one.
Okay. Then we go to Lysandra.
That's me.
Yep. What are you doing?
I'm using Entangle.
Okay.
I'm gonna give my seeds in the throat.
On who?
I have a 90.
On who?
I
Do you
have a
have
range.
your-
I have a
You have
range
1 or
of
6.
this.
1 or 6 are in your range.
Well, you could definitely move up, and
You could go on the you could go on the table, and I'm sure you could get like 2 of them.
It's got a 20-foot radius.
So it's 4 squares.
well, how far can you throw?
So
this stuff?
you just are you chucking seeds?
90.
She can
I
throw
mean,
them.
I can move and then chuck, right?
And you have
Sure.
movement speed
1,
of.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's really close. Let's say a 1.
Just get on the table.
I'm trying to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't reach the table.
This table.
Okay, I'll go on this
Just
table.
eat it at them.
So you jump up onto the table,
Mm-hmm.
and rain seeds down on them.
and you just.
I need to make a snarky remark about vegetarianism.
Okay, so the seeds just kind of hit the floor and tink, 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 across the floor.
Don't
you hear
forget to
this
eat your veggies.
thing. Oh no.
You get
Okay.
from here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75.
You could get.
You
could
could
get
you
3.
could blast them right here.
You could just drop it here and get all 3 of them.
Food fight.
All right, that sounds like a reliable thing to do. Let's do that.
She's gonna eat them at 3, 4, and 2.
Here's some
Well, so you just like
beans.
kind of toss the seeds and they like hit the floor and bounce
Yes.
across. Okay.
You need your veggies. Yeet.
Okay. And you're casting Entangle.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a 20-foot square.
He's not empty.
Where are you picking? Where's the point within range?
Where's your blast template, Adriana? Jesus.
We do need to talk about those, like,
I do need
Special
to get some of
plans.
those, yeah.
It would be 3, 4, and 2.
No, it's
Because she's throwing it here.
Okay. I mean, you could get. Oh no! Okay, I got it. Never mind. You're hitting all 3 of those. Yep. Okay, so we're just gonna say that table is where it is happening. Okay. So then, strength. Okay. Yep.
and that's spending
What
one of my
is-
spell slots, it looks like.
Your Spell save DC.
Spell save DC is 11.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wait, wait, no.
No, your spell save DC I believe is higher than that. but-
14.
14. Okay.
There's two different spots. I get
I know.
confused.
Always go with the druid one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you throw the seeds, and they just kind of, across the ground, and you cast Entangle. The seeds quickly take root within the stone and just coil up into vines. That entire table is just covered in vines.
Like a chia pet.
Yeah, just like an instant chia pet. Just
Great.
bam.
Okay.
You know, right?
That's what I was aiming for. Yes.
All 3 of them failed.
Get your nutrition.
So they are all considered restrained.
Peter's gonna have a word with you.
Yeah, and when she says PETA, she means me, Chainbreaker.
Oh, here it comes.
No, he's sitting there till they get to the table.
Peter.
Yeah. Okay. So the entire
PETA. There's some
entire table is covered in vines.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
You
now,
said 14 is your spell save DC?
Yeah.
Just so I don't have to keep asking for it.
Hey.
Okay.
There's some lizard men that need some clobbering.
Oh no. All right. Anything else from you?
Other than some snide comments, nothing.
Okay.
Yes, I totally ensnared them.
Yikes. Okay. So then we're going to go to number 1, which I believe is the one that's up by the brazier. Okay, so it's going to move up to Lysandra.
Gasp.
Like right chair?
Yeah, right next, and then
His arms look pretty gangly. So
he's got a couple of like scimitars, and is going to attempt to come after you and attack you. Okay, so its first one, he tries to come down and like into the table, and you take a step out of the way, and his sword just right into the table.
That's my
and
toesies.
embeds into the table.
Oh boy.
And he just like tries to, and then just decides to let it go, come back and grab his other one, and comes across.
I wanted to kick him in the
What's
face.
your AC?
He's gonna stay there till your next turn.
AC. It's on the other side. 16.
Okay, this one will hit you. Okay. And you need to make a strength saving throw.
I gotta click on it. Oh, that's the modifier. 19.
Okay. So he comes across and slashes you with his sword. When the sword connects with like, I'm assuming you've got kind of like some sort of like leg armor of sorts,
Tree
right?
bark.
Armor, yeah.
Tree bark.
Yeah.
So when he hits your armor, you take a total of 6 points of damage, and you see a kind of like almost like a shockwave that comes off of the sword, and you kind of like lose your balance for a second and step back, but are able to maintain your balance.
How rude!
Okay, so that is
I'm rude.
him. Okay, then we go to number 2, who is in the vines and is still in the vines. Hold on. Let me just double check one thing. Yeah, okay. Yep. He tries to wriggle out of the vines and fails to do so. We go to Lanet.
What?
Lanet will attempt to take a shot at number 6, who's poked its head around the corner. And will hit.
Yeah. right, you're right.
For a total of 6 points of damage. Number 6.
Impressive.
And then that will be Lanet. And Lanet kind of ducks down a little bit more. It doesn't help much, but he tries. Then we go to number 3, who's currently continually entangled in a thing of roots or vines. We go to number 6, who...
right here.
Yep.
What?
I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
That'd be me. Next time I'll be more showy.
10, 20, 25, 30.
Heartburn.
Okay.
Why does that make me laugh?
Okay. So, number 6 will start charging across the room. Will run up and jump on top of the table that's in front of him, and continues to run. When he hits the edge of the table, you see him kind of evaporate into a puff of smoke, and he reappears in front of Prospero.
Oh no.
Dude, what the frick, dude?
And then
He's
when
a
he
fart.
when he reappears, he comes across with a sword attack to Prospero.
Is this close enough to my table, by the way?
That should be close enough.
I will say yes.
He gets a smacking.
Boy, hey, this is a table for 2, not 3.
Go ahead.
Alright.
What did you roll? Oh no!
Lops his head right off. Prospero's head right off.
What's the weapon that you're using?
No,
Two-hander.
the sword or
The
hammer?
sword. Okay, so you come to take the sword and you go to swing across. You misjudge where the table leg, because there's like the table's on its side and like the legs are sticking out. You misjudge where the leg is and you just right into the leg. And you kind of, when you hit, it kind of like you feel that like reverb, because like you're really trying to, and Lanet falls off your shoulders. And is just on the ground behind you. You are able to wrench your sword back out, but yeah, you hit a table leg.
I'm so sorry, Lana.
And you just hear Lana go.
No, he's pissed.
Yeah, so that's what happens there. Then it continues to take a swing against Prospero and misses. We go to Sun Lee.
Do something useful!
Let me see what she's got here. Hold on.
I just heard,
Yep.
I just heard
Um,
peasants screaming.
So none of you see this, but she steps out and hold on. Yeah. Okay. So none of you see this except for you and Prospero, and then I guess Lanet. The guy that just like poofed out of nothing to make a swing suddenly just bursts into flames.
Like he's on fire.
He's on fire.
Told you he was a fart.
That sounds painful.
Dude, you remember doing this in middle school, dude?
To be honest, yes.
22.
Cold night. That is really cute.
Okay. It takes
27 points of damage.
yeah. So you basically hear her shout something. Just it's
Chili pepper!
incomprehensible, but she just starts shouting, and the next thing you see is it bursts into flames. Takes 22 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Is that number 1? Yeah.
That is
That's
number
6.
6.
Oh, number
One
6.
where he took a shot to the head.
Right. That one. 22 points of damage. Okay. Yep, so it takes 22 points of damage, and he's on fire.
You did something useful! Gold star for you!
I'm gonna start laughing like how Drax does in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. All right. So then we go to Prospero, who's going to attempt to.
He's gonna reevaluate
He's,
some
he's
things.
going to reevaluate a few things. Yep. He's going to attempt to go. Just like. Yep. And will hit with his short sword.
Just imagining, poof, I'm here, slash. Oh, what's going on?
It's a silver cutlass is what he's got. Yeah. But he will do a total of 10 points of damage.
He's scared. He don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's just knee-jerk reaction, like whoa, just like whips out the sword and just like slices him, and then is like, oh, all right, and then takes we'll take a couple steps back. Yep, and we'll go behind Lanet. Yep.
Sorry, I'm just imagining that.
And there will be no attack of opportunity because the guy is on fire and is currently attempting to just pat himself out.
Slap.
No,
Then we go to Wade.
just imagine that though. Just poof in front of him, and all of a sudden starts on fire immediately. He's freaking out.
Yeah, he's just like, it was just more like a knee jerk, like, what the hell? Just, oh, okay, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. So yes, so Wade, we are to you.
All right, I'm gonna. Scared me.
I gotta
Uncurse your dice?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, jeez. What is Wade doing? Anira, you're on deck.
I'm gonna try putting. I want to try putting a bolt.
Oh,
Okay.
he's currently entangled too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Does that do anything for me?
Has an advantage.
Does that really? Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
So you will also
that's
then
an-
get sneak attack.
Well, that's an 18
Okay.
plus whatever
Roll
I got.
again.
Let's see if we can make this a 20. The
12?
It
12 or
jumped to
cocked?
somewhere, but okay.
I'd say that's 12.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
So
we're gonna take the 18.
the 18, yep, which will hit.
Okay, cool.
And I know you're with the bonuses you'll hit.
Oh, you dang right I will. 1d10.
And you said that's number 3, yes?
No, that is
That's
number
Amari.
3.
It's adorable.
I got this. D10, and then I add how many dice again for sneak attack? 3 dice?
3 now. Yep.
Read Amari's description. It's you.
And I kind of want to use my card. So that's 2, 4, 1, 3, plus 2.
So
10 plus 2.
yeah, 2,
That's
4,
cute.
1, 3, 12. Because plus 2.
Yep.
12. Okay. 12 points of damage
Yeah.
to number 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, see, though, I don't know how I would use this card, though.
What you got? Okay.
Issue. Heavy crossbow.
Yeah.
I think what I could do is immediately drop it and use my wrist shot.
I mean, I would say that you don't necessarily even need to drop it. You could just shoot and then, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's do that.
Go ahead.
Give you that.
Yep. So, you managed to pull off it's a combination of a lot of skill and a little luck that you happen to just kapow pow without dropping,
Wait.
and you go ahead and fire.
Dan, this is like one of those moments where it's like you go shoot and then just stick out your hand and go like this.
Pretty
Or
much.
wait, better yet,
Yeah. There it is.
Sensei,
Inside jokes. Whee!
So then I roll
can
for my.
we take a break soon?
Yes.
So can I roll this attack though?
Yep. Go ahead.
And I roll with advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going against
roll with
3.
advantage.
Okay.
And
Well,
you
that's
roll
a
your-
17, so that's gonna be auto hit.
Okay.
That's a 19.
Yeah. You're good.
You
If you
crit
need
on
to go,
19s
go
yet?
ahead.
No, 20s.
No, I was asking for Nikki.
So that's a
No.
a 3, a 2, a
5,
Do you mind
10,
finishing the count?
11.
Oh yeah.
Plus 2.
Okay.
I mean,
13.
Nikki's
13.
bladder is the one on the line.
You're
not
welcome.
mine.
Oh.
I can do basic math for you.
Once I'm done with mine, I can.
You'll have to pay me
Okay,
next time.
that's fine.
13 points total.
13 total,
Yes.
and number 3.
Yes.
Okay, he takes 13 points of damage. Yeah. The wrist shot. What was you said the wrist shot is what you used?
Yes.
Because this guy's the main character.
Okay.
He's insane.
He
Those
looks
three poison.
insane.
But he's really hot.
I don't remember what they were poisoned with though. Hold on.
I
You're
know it
good.
wasn't. I know it wasn't centipede venom. We got rid of that because of the issues we were having with that.
God damn. You see this right here?
You'll know
See this right here?
there.
What does this say?
I can't
Read it to yourself.
read.
Uh-huh.
No, in school I was in special education and with math we were like, oh, good enough, you can go. So not really great.
I can't make fun of you on stream for that.
No, that's why we always add for Dan. That's the easiest way to do it.
Unless I have paper and pencil
Yeah.
or calculator. Plus also me and numbers with
Right.
short-term memory.
But you also have really pretty eyelashes.
I know I do. They're all natural.
They're all natural.
They're all
Even these ones? No, it's I restrained myself.
And then
For
here's,
now.
here's his little rat. Adorable.
Okay.
He cries too much. I feel bad for him.
What was the damage that you had on
Because,
that?
you know,
13.
Well, what's the normal that you
Like, what's what?
what do you normally roll for the damage die?
1d 10. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the wrist shot, you said?
Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh wait, you said D10.
Was it 1d4?
Yes, but then it's with the D6. That's
Okay.
why. Yep. Okay. Yep. No, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. I
Okay.
remember now. Yep. It was a. It's a D4,
Okay.
and then plus.
Did you want me to re-roll the damage then? For
Um,
this dice?
We'll just do it next time.
Okay.
It's a D4 plus a D6
Okay.
because it's the D6 is poison damage.
Okay. Alright.
That's what it was.
Do you need a
That's why you have a
D6?
D10.
Do I
Because-
need another d6 then? Because I have my normal sneak attack with the 3.
Yep, and then you would add it. You would have a for the wrist shot. You would
Add
have
an extra
another
one?
D6 that is
Poison.
poison, and make sure you know which is which. But that's gonna. But then you would roll a D4
Mhm.
for the dart.
The damage, yeah.
Yep, and then a D6 as the poison. We'll just whatever you rolled with the D10, we'll just use that for now. But next time when you use
Okay.
it, it's a D4 plus a D6 of poison.
Okay, so do you still roll the poison poison or
No, you're fine. You're good.
Okay.
Okay, so it took 13 total, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you think I can
Alright.
get around that table?
and then anything. I mean, that was. Anything else? You got some
The
movement
doors
over
are
there.
locked.
Anything else?
Are you moving or anything? Or you just holding tight?
Go around the corner.
I'm gonna point at the dog and be like, the warg. And then go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Dark hallway.
Yep. So you.
You just feeling along the hallway.
Yep. It's still. I'm just gonna leave it blank. It's still a dark hallway to you. It's a hallway. You can see a little bit of light coming through the doorway in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
and you see what appears to be farther down the hallway,
Mhm.
another doorway.
Okay.
Here, I'll do it this way. Let's do this. And that's what you can make out. Okay, you turn around and the warg is right behind you. Yep. Okay.
Not funny. Didn't laugh.
So that's it for you then?
Yep.
Then we go to Anira.
Okay.
You are currently crouched behind a table. You do see a guy
On fire. Kind of.
No, I wouldn't be able to see him through you.
on fire. Like you can you see the flames flickering.
Is he still alive? Is he
He's
still
alive.
screaming? Can I poke him with my fiery sword?
You'd have to move to do it, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna push him out of the way.
You move through friendly spaces.
I know, but the legs are right there, so it'd be like me and Adriana in between the legs,
I'm
I'd
gonna
have to
assume
move
that you
him.
can duck through the legs, being you're a dwarf.
Got him.
You have a short enough stature that you can
Okay,
duck through.
I'm gonna drop that.
Okay.
Just leave it there.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna
And then
drop
you
it.
duck through. I'm gonna say that you have to move another space because you'll have to be. Yep. Yep. Okay. And then
Attack him.
you attack him. And that's number 6.
Yep.
Okay.
I've never really talked about the Luna squares.
That's down there.
Oh, okay. The rest is
Yeah.
free range.
Yes.
Um.
Of course.
What have you done?
Where did my weapon go? I lied. It didn't transfer over properly.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's a. You'd have to add it because it's not part of the original.
Yep.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. So 12.
12 total.
Would I have advantage since he's on fire and trying to pat those out? I
I
feel like I would. He would be distracted.
By this point, he's kind of not distracted anymore.
I feel like he would still be distracted.
You're not gonna have advantage against him. What did you roll?
6.
So
So I rolled 12.
that 12 will not hit.
Okay. I'm gonna try again.
Taking a.
Yeah.
Or
so I
your
was
multi attack.
Yeah. I
Okay.
multi-attack.
Yep. Second attack.
Critical.
Fail.
No.
Okay. So 20.
No, it's a 19 because I crit on 19.
Oh, you have
now.
19. You crit on 19. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So critical. Roll your damage.
The blue one. So 6 regular, 4 fire. So 12,
So 12, and then it takes a.
and then
Okay.
it takes 12 piercing and 8 fire.
Because you're doubling it.
Doubling it.
Yeah. So it takes a total of 20 points of damage. And it just kind of, you like whack him and the flames like reignite and he just starts screaming unintelligibly and he like collapses back over to the ground as he's just sitting there flailing and shrivels up into a,
That was kind
Pile of ash.
weird.
not quite a pile of ash
Cinders.
yet. He will be at some point.
I don't want to drop that. I still have that.
You did say you dropped it by the table, so you dropped it. So you dropped it back where you had it.
Will you grab it and light the brazier then? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Quick question.
Yep.
Is my sword on fire?
Yes.
I'm going to walk up to the brazier and light the brazier.
Okay. Yep. So you walk up and then you just
Touch.
Floosh.
yep, and it ignites.
1, 2, 3. And that's 25.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it for you. Okay. Then we go to
Yo, boy.
well, number 4, who is entangled and still entangled. Wow, I can't roll for squat. All right, Chainbreaker, what are you doing?
I'm totally like jumping this table and going to save this maiden.
Okay, so you attempt to climb over the table. Is that what you're doing?
Man, I can't just push the table.
You can push it over if you want. You just kick it and step over it. Is that what you want to do? Okay. Yeah, so you just kick the table and the table just goes and it like is now flipped over. Yeah.
Over.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
And it's fine. And then you just step over and like yeah, go ahead.
Ho, ho, ho.
Roll your attacks.
Alright. I decided I'm feeling purple today.
Better this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
13.
13 will not hit.
What if
Do you have multi-attack?
Yes, I do. But
Okay.
what if I use this bad boy? Or is that on
Ooh.
damage?
What is this one?
Is that damage specific?
So this is you before you make the attack, and you get a +10 to hit. Do you want to? So your second attack, you can use this before that if you want to.
Man, fuck it.
You're gonna use it?
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your
yourself.
second attack,
Good thing I use that.
and add 10 to it, and then add whatever your normal bonus is.
20.
So a total of 20.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage.
All right.
And for this one, you just kind of like, you take that like breath, and your fate guides your arm as you swing your weapon towards your opponent.
Oh,
I love
by the
these
way,
cards.
I'm raging.
Okay.
All right. I only have one more rage left after this.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
So, yep. Next time, you'll need to make sure to tell me that you're raging before you. Okay.
13.
So is that
14.
damage total?
14 damage.
Okay. And that's what number is that one again? 1.
Yes.
And how much was it again? 14?
14.
Okay. Takes 14 points of damage.
All right. Yes, sir.
Okay. That it? For
Yes,
you?
Mr. Michael Caine.
Yes, Mr. Michael Caine. Horrible.
Absolutely. That's what Michael Caine would say to his father when he would pour beans into his mouth.
Oh my god.
Yes, Sir Michael Caine, as he pours the beans into my mouth.
What?
What is happening?
I don't know what that is. Cody, we're live.
So?
I don't know where that came from, but okay.
That's not bad.
Okay.
I want
You
to
can't
know.
yell.
I don't know where that came from, but sure.
So how about that break?
We'll do after this combat.
Did you just flip the table?
Yes. He kicked it over and then charged through and smacked the guy in front of Lysandra. Verathin is up.
Thank you, I appreciate that. He hit me.
Weird question. Can I borrow Verathin's sheet real quick?
Sure.
Or can you tell me what languages he speaks?
Common, Elvish, Deep Speech.
Yeah. Oh no.
Verathin will
I deleted that out after I got all the achievements.
I had my fun with it.
Verathin will take a couple steps over so he's on the edge of the table.
Here?
Yep. And then we'll fire at number 2. Will not hit. But then he...
The exact quote from Michael Caine's Twitter reads,
oh, wait, hold on.
Wait till the break.
No, he won't hit. Okay. But then he tells Spirit to go after the one in front of him here.
Sangren.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, so Spirit will move up to where that chair is in the front. Yep. And then attempt to make an attack against the dude.
That's Michael Caine.
And will
Tequila.
not hit.
What?
What?
Okay.
Send it to me.
Yep. Okay. So the pup runs up and attempts to bite at the guy that's there and misses. So we go to Lysandra.
That's me.
Yep. What's Lysandra doing?
I'm pulling out that knife and I'm stabbing him.
The pretty knife.
Oh, the pretty knife.
Yep.
Um,
I have it labeled as dagger. Fancy.
okay. Go ahead and make an attack.
Which one is that? The snap crackle.
That one?
Oh, okay. I thought there was something on here that would be like, oh, well, I could just roll my rate.
And then you'll add your proficiency, which would be 3, and you won't have enough. I know you're with your stats. It's not high enough.
So you could do that.
Okay.
That would have been great.
Okay. So you attempt to stab him and just kind of like dodges it at the last second.
I'm gonna just, Lysander's gonna say some profanities.
Just start screaming obscenities.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
Yep. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, when the time comes, I'm gonna keep on stabbing.
Okay. That's number 1?
Yep.
Okay. He is going to attempt to make an attack against Chainbreaker
This is why
because the
I
big
use
beefy man
magic!
just stepped in front of him.
He's a thick, beefy Goliath.
Oh, there
That
it
is
is.
taking tons of damage.
First attack will not hit.
What about-
Second attack will not hit.
For how?
Yeah.
22.
So basically, he attempts to like swing at you, and you just like he telegraphs it. You sidestep, comes back again, and you sidestep. It's like you're just focused,
To the left.
and you know.
Get back now, y'all.
Yep, pretty much. 3 hops this time.
Yep.
Yep. All right, and then number 2 will attempt to fail to untangle himself. Then we go to Lanet. Lanet will. Where can Lanet go? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so Lanet is going to just make a mad dash across the room to this other table in the front here. And he's going to do this really cool slide where he like slides under the table, holds out his bow and attempts to shoot number 5.
So he goes that way.
So he's going to come basically be under the table because he's a halfling. And he pops out and just fires at number 5 in the back.
What
Will
did he send it
hit.
to?
For 5 points damage.
So could he potentially use that rope he has as a mace of some sort?
Oh my god.
Seriously, Stan?
Dan.
No. And then that's Lanet. Then we move to number 3.
Roll the critical one, didn't you?
Number 3 attempts to strangle against the things and then happens to get one around his neck and he's choking, but he's like yanking at it, trying to get it away. So it doesn't affect him, but now he's just distracted by a vine that's wrapped around his neck. Then we go to number 5, who sees Chainbreaker, trying to whack one of his buddies. And
Get
we'll
a
hit
tray,
you.
man. Like, honestly.
I missed the tray, okay? I missed the tray.
Do you need another one?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I have a small one.
6. Yeah. Okay. So it will hit you for 7 points of damage.
Gang.
As another
Blast.
pink, rose, red. I shouldn't even say more of like a pinkish red eldritch blast erupts across the room and just poof, right into your side.
In your gut.
Yep. And you take another 7 points of damage. Okay. Then we go to Sun Lee.
Be useful again, please. Thank you.
Sun Lee. Nobody sees it. She's just kind of keeled over right now.
Wait, what?
She's just
I thought you said she kind of killed over. I'm like, how?
keeled
Is she
over.
dead already?
No. She's just
Crush.
crouched down and just kind of like nobody's paying attention. Prospero is up. Prospero Prospero will.
Do something.
He's got some interesting
Bardic.
spell stuff
I mean,
too.
he's something. He does things.
I don't know, dude. I didn't get any Bardic inspiration yet.
Well, that's because he doesn't know you, okay? It takes so much time for him to warm up.
Yeah, nobody else was getting it this round either.
Not this round.
I got some last session. Oh.
I'll kill you.
$15, 20, 25. No, okay. So Prospero will, I guess, step up to kitty corner with Chainbreaker, make his way around the table. Yep. And then kind of like, keep doing your thing. Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
I do that to
Here
him.
you go.
It's a D8.
Oh. It was a D6 last time.
It's a D8.
Bet.
Then
You
we go
want- you want it or
to
no?
Wade.
I have a D8, so.
We go to Wade.
Yep.
What's Wade doing?
Reading.
Reading.
So, I'm going to move up.
Okay.
I'm going to be like with the dog.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and then go another 5, 10, 15.
Okay.
Ow!
It's
Alright,
a
we're good.
koala sheep.
Okay. Are you doing anything? Do you still have movement yet?
I heard two voices at once. What?
Do you still have movement yet?
I do still have movement,
Okay.
but
What do you want to do?
Blast him.
I'd like to. But,
You can step out and shoot.
cool. Alright. We'll step out and shoot. So shoot, baby!
Okay. Which one are you shooting at?
I'm gonna shoot at this guy
Okay.
at point blank range.
Yep.
Hold on. Where's my stuff? No, there it is. $14?
14 will not hit.
Damn.
Oh, I just realized something.
What?
His gun overheated.
Mm.
No, we'll roll with it. You took a blast from across the room.
Okay.
Different gun.
Different.
We'll go with that. Different
gun
weapon.
That's not malfunctioning.
It's not malfunctioning. Different weapon.
Yeah.
We'll just.
But
Oops.
remember that in the future, Dungeon Master.
This is what happens when the DM is tired and not paying attention. That's fine. Yep.
Okay. I do have some movement still.
Okay.
I'm just gonna move back behind the wall.
Sure. As you go to move back, he's about 5 feet away from you.
Okay.
Should be like, kill.
I'm not gonna send him out in danger. He's there as backup.
Okay. Is that Wade?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess.
Okay. Then we go to Anira.
Okay. I'm gonna go right here. Right there.
Okay. And make an attack.
Mm-hmm. I critical.
Critical hit or critical
Hit.
fail? Oh.
I will tell
Again?
you guys I failed.
Okay.
19.
Yeah. All right. Go for it.
20 fire, 6 slashing.
And this is against number 1, yes?
1.
Yep. Okay. Takes 26 points of damage. And kind of the same thing. He just starts on fire and falls back.
Dies.
He's dead. You gave him a good slash, and then his body kind of collapses into a. The body is on fire.
Damn.
And
No.
Okay. Damn it.
face lizard on fire.
Thank you! Somebody did it!
Redacted.
Redacted. Okay. What else are you doing? Or is that you?
That's me because I can't do anything else.
Okay. All right.
Arrow.
Then we go to number 4, who will
Pharaoh.
actually make it out of the. Wow! Finally.
No, that's not how you spell it.
Number 4 manages to break out of
No, that's not it. Correct me.
the vines. And takes a step up to. Oh no, he's still there. He manages to get out of the vines and lift up his weapon, and will make a attack across the room at Anira. What is your AC again? I'm pretty sure this is gonna hit you.
Sorry. 19.
What is it?
19.
Okay, yeah, it will hit you. 2 points of damage.
I'm not doing this right. Nope.
Least amount of damage I can roll.
How do I do this?
Whee!
That's right. I got shot by an invisible gun.
It's not invisible.
Yeah.
We just
I'm a battery!
That's fine.
The cord is in.
I don't want to get up.
Yep. So you take 2 points of damage.
I did.
Okay.
Ooh, pocket.
Then we go to Chainbreaker.
My sunshine?
What is Chainbreaker doing?
Let's see.
Go get 2. He's struggling on the table. You can get 2.
2 and 3 are still restrained.
Well,
You
I'm gonna
could yeet a
go
chair at
knock
them.
this table over.
You go like this?
Are you just knocking
Okay.
tables all over to knock tables
So
over at this
you
point? Like,
you
what?
flip the table.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sit behind it.
Okay. Sure. You duck behind it. Anything else?
That'd be it.
Okay. Top of the order. Verithan is up.
Oh.
Verithan will move up to the
What?
brazier on the wall. Yep. And Spirit will move behind him. And then he'll attempt to take a shot at number 2. And will not hit. Oof. Wow.
I think Dan the man.
Alright. Then we are to Lysandra.
That's me. I have nothing left to stab.
Run.
We're doing a break, yeah.
We'll
Okay.
finish the combat and then we will.
Oh, finish the combat.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I think I have a way I can finish this relatively quickly.
Okay. And I will say to Dan, with you in this doorway, you
Should I just blow out the big
manage to
guns?
see the rest of the room here.
Ooh, what does this do? I need to fight.
Ooh, what does this do?
No. Hmm?
In the low light, you can barely see the rest of the back,
10 foot
back of the room.
Self 10 foot range. No. I want.
I mean, if you anything that's close range, you're gonna have to move up.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, you are still concentrating on the.
Oh, that takes concentration?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're an engine to that.
2 are
I could do that
entangled
pretty
still.
easily, couldn't I?
2
Spike
are
growth.
entangled still.
2 are entangled. 2 and 3 are entangled.
2 and 3 are entangled.
4 is
Can I
broken
change
out.
those vines into being spike growth?
Into what?
Spike growth?
They can
That
move-
does encompass a wider area too. That's 150 feet.
They can move through that though, right?
If they shoot
If
it
they don't get
happen.
stabbed.
They also take damage crossing it. So you used.
I already marked it.
You did.
Yeah. So they would become. They would not be entangled anymore.
Yeah.
Which means that you're gonna start blast.
But they are then. Yeah. Yeah, you could do that if you want to. Do you have a spell slot available yet?
I do.
Okay. Yeah. you could do that if you wanted to.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, where are you placing it?
In
Because it's
here?
a 20-foot radius from the point.
Okay, and 20 feet. How long are these squares? 5 feet?
5 feet, yep.
Okay.
Do I get 3, 4, and 2?
3, 4, and 2.
So basically, if you keep the same thing, it would just, the vines would,
Turn into spikes.
into spikes, yep.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, so you cast spike growth, and the vines that were entangling them slowly start to like recede into the floor, and the floor and the table and stuff just become covered in a thick layer of, basically
Spikes.
like thorn bushes.
Great! No,
Yep.
you can't see it.
Yeah, you can.
Is it spike growth? Isn't that the one we used last time?
Yeah. The area becomes difficult terrain. It's camouflaged to look natural, but there's no.
There's no way of making it look natural.
It's a stone floor.
cafeteria.
Yep.
Okay, fine.
The vines recede into like kind of. I guess they'll appear to be leaves,
Okay,
like just a
pointy leaves.
leaves that suddenly are pointy as they try to move.
Okay.
So the vines turn into vines with spikes.
Yeah!
Okay.
I'm imagining like Maleficent's move in Sleeping Beauty, the original Disney movie.
Okay. Okay. Yep. So you do that. Anything else from you?
No.
Nope. Okay. All right. Then we move to number 2, who will attempt to jump down off of the table.
Size comparisons.
Oh, that's wow. That's a pretty big difference.
Okay. So number 2 jumps down off the table, and as he attempts to close the gap between him and the overturned table, he takes a total of 11 points of damage from the spikes, and will make it up to the table. And is now on the other side of the table, on that far side. On the back 2 spaces,
There?
right there. Yep. Okay. Then we go to Lanet. Lanet will attempt to take a shot at number 3. And will miss, and then take another shot, and will miss. Okay. Then we go to number 3, who, number 3, still thinks he's being choked out by vines, even though they've loosened up, and he just like, tosses him down, and then like, just kind of like realizes that he is,
No longer strained.
no longer restrained, but that's his turn.
He can breathe!
Yep. Then we go to number 5, who now really doesn't have it, I guess. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. Number 5 will make it to the corner of the table.
Where?
Yeah. And in doing so, takes 10 points of damage. Moving through the spike growth. Okay. Then we go to Sun Li. Which she's just still
Dying?
not dying, but she's still there. Prospero is just gonna kind of move up to Chainbreaker. So Chainbreaker is behind the table, crouched down. Prospero's just gonna kind of like duck into the table and just be like, yep,
So like here on the other side.
yep, that's fine. And Prospero just kind of sits there like daggers in hand, just as like eyes wide.
Same.
Yep. Then we go to Wade. What was Wade doing?
Okay, so where's this spike growth?
Basically that entire table. So from 3 to 5,
Okay.
they are within. There's a square of spikes.
Okay. Dang it.
So like if you step up to 3,
Uh-huh.
like you're not within it as long as you don't step between 3 and 4. The space between 3 and 4 there,
Mm-hmm.
that's got
Right here?
yes.
Cool.
That's the edge of it basically.
So I'm gonna draw my Blade of Darkness.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna be all sneaky peeky. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Okay.
And
Do you want to try to move with stealth?
why not?
Okay. Make a stealth check.
$18.
Okay.
Alright. I believe I am stealthy.
Yep.
I believe I am.
You are the darkness.
No, he was a different guy. Okay, so Blade of Darkness
Horrible.
gets 1d8. I'm just getting this out just in case.
Yep.
Will I get sneak attack now since I'm technically unannounced?
I will give you sneak attack. Yep.
Okay. Well,
So roll your attack with advantage.
cool. That is an 18.
Okay.
That is a 7.
Okay. So 18 plus your stuff, you're fine. Yep. What are you?
I'm hitting him with the Blade of Darkness.
Yep. Okay.
Which is 1d8. Make sure it's 1d8 with 3 dice.
Yep.
So that's a 2, 3, 6, and a 4.
And 15.
Plus 2.
Okay. So 17.
Yep.
17 points of damage, and it's number 3.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. You walk up and stab him.
Are you okay?
Yeah. He's dead.
just go to sleep.
You walk up and you basically like grab him on the shoulder and just your blade goes right through his stomach, and he collapses.
Oh Lord.
Yep.
And that's how you do it.
Okay. Anything else from you?
I forgot to tell my dog.
It's my dog.
It's mine now.
No.
Pretty much.
Okay.
We can be co-parents.
So you realize this and
Yeah.
you turn back to the door.
Yeah.
He's standing in the doorway.
Oh, good boy.
But that's it.
That's it. Well, hey, he's doing his job.
Yep.
And that's it for Wade?
Okay.
Question mark? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anira.
Stab them. Kill them. Make them dead.
I'm doing my best.
I mean, like, I'm trying to help, you know.
No, I shot this guy twice
The
and then
assassin.
just...
The assassin just assassinated a guy.
Great. Assassination.
You're doing what I did tonight.
Assassinator's gonna assassinate.
Hey, I wanted to make sure I finished the job.
Okay.
13.
13 will not hit. Second attack.
Oh, what?
18.
18 will hit.
It's a brain. It's one of the brains.
4 slashing, 7 fire.
It's one of the brains.
So 11 total.
Mhm.
Okay. Takes 11 points of damage.
Oh, no, what?
The no-no square.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep.
Nothing else from you?
That's it.
Okay. Then we go to number 4, who sees Lanet and will attempt a shot at Lanet and will miss. So that's number 4. Then we go to Chainbreaker.
Can you shove the table and take 2 into the field again? The spike grub.
What do you want to try to do?
Could I attempt to kick the table along with number 2 into the spikes?
You can attempt to kick the table into number 2. Do you want to try to do that? I mean, your direction, you're not going to be able to push him back into the spikes, but you might be able to,
Pin him up against the wall with it.
possibly.
Who do you work for?
I'm just gonna.
If you kick the table, you can attempt to pin him up against the wall, basically.
I'm gonna go for the attack here.
Okay, so you move around and.
Going for numero dos.
Yep. What's the total?
18.
18. 18 will hit.
Gang.
Dang.
And the damage.
14.
Okay, takes 14 points of damage.
Alright, second attack.
Second attack. $18. More than 18?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it?
It is going to be 21.
Okay.
Blackjack.
Gang.
Yeah, 21 will hit.
And blah blah blah. 9.
He takes 9 points of damage.
Alright.
Okay.
No,
He's
it's not.
not happy. Not looking good.
Alright.
You managed to put a nice gash along his face.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. All right, that's it for you. Back to the top of the order then. Verathan. Verathan's going to switch to his short sword, step up and attempt to make an attack against number 2. And will hit. Four,
No.
8, 13, 17. Does 17 points of damage. And he collapses into a heap. Okay. And that's Verathan. We go to Lysandra.
You're
That's
still
you.
concentrating, don't forget.
Okay.
Yep, what
so
are you
I
doing?
could just move closer.
You could light the brazier behind us.
Yeah.
What?
So you can move
You
up.
can
You've
go
got
out
a
to
you've
this
got a
room.
dagger in your hand.
I do. I have a dagger in my hand.
Yep.
So I'll just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll go there.
Okay.
Dagger in hand.
Okay.
Ready to stab poor people.
Anything else?
Nothing. Just gonna continue raging about profanities and making threats.
Okay.
I hope you step on a spike.
Then we will go to Lanet.
Oh,
Lanet will
wait,
move
wait.
up to the table.
Get spiked.
I like it.
Okay.
Lanet will move up to the overturned table
I try my best.
and attempt to shunk an arrow into number 5.
You say he's gonna move up?
He'll move up to the corner, basically right behind. One more that way. Right there. Perfect. And he will hit. Doing 8 points of damage to number 5. Right? Yeah. Okay. So he hits number 5, and that is Lanet. Then we go to number 5, who you've now stepped around into his field of view. He turns and points out like a hand crossbow-esque weapon in your direction and fires. And there goes that. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Okay. So he turns and fires at you with this hand cannon thing. When he pulls the trigger, a bright pink and red flash emanates from the gun, and he looks back at it and starts sprouting off what you would assume is obscenities as you see the gun itself is smoking, and he just whips it to the ground and just
Didn't work for you, did it, buddy?
Second one. We screwed up, so he got a different gun. Pulled a hand version, and that one also blew up in his face.
Oh, rough.
He's not having a good day.
I'm not having a great time.
Yep.
I'm personally feeling
Prosper
very
will
attacked.
chill. Then we go to Wade.
Me already?
Yep. Sunny and Prosper are gonna chill.
That was fast. Okay, so am I able to get to this guy without taking damage? Like going
Yes. If you go on the opposite side of him.
like here?
Yes, and you can move in one more. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna use stealth again because that's apparently my ally.
Sure.
That's a natural 19, adding 6 to that.
Okay.
So
You are the darkness.
You make your way around, and you'll have to step one more up to him, which is fine. Yep.
okay, and then I'm gonna attack. Is that with advantage or no?
I'll give you advantage.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. That's a 2.
Okay.
That's better. Is 15 hit?
15 will not hit.
Dang.
Okay.
He doesn't know that. Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
As far as he knows, I'm just going. He's like, oh, look.
You're staying away from the
Anything
spikes,
else?
right?
Yep.
Good.
From you? Yeah? No?
Not
Good.
really.
Okay. I'll go to Anira.
Spikes go to the table.
5 is within the spikes.
God, my leg.
That's the edge. So if you move there, you're fine. Okay. The table has been moved. Did you punch the table out of the way as you burst through? Sure.
I shoved past.
You shoved the table as well, I guess, now.
I shoved past these two.
That's still not where it was. Corner was by Lanet. There you go.
I missed with the first one.
Okay.
18.
18 will hit.
Kill him.
2 slashing, 5 fire.
Okay, so 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's number 5. Yep, okay. You take 7 points of damage. Okay, that's it? Okay. We go to number 4, who will attempt to new target in sight.
Me?
No, Lysandra. And will pull the trigger. A bright pink ball of energy just soars over your shoulder. You can feel the heat radiating off of it as it brushes past your face.
Well, fire is usually one of my tactics. I don't appreciate this.
See about
Okay.
cantrip. Does your
Then we go to
cantrip
Chain
fire?
Breaker.
Alright, definitely got scoot up right here. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, if you take that last space, you'll step into spikes.
That's why I'm wearing
Alright,
that.
this one right here.
Actually, wait.
Ooh, is
No, you're fine. You could take that 6th one. That's the edge. Yep.
Okay. Alright, here we go. Ready? Swing, better swing. 7. Hit. Alright.
Second attack.
Swing second attack here. 8. That's my turn.
Oh no. Alright. Top of the order. Verathan. Verathan will move up aside Anira and attempt to make an attack. Okay. And will hit. Doing a total of 8 points of damage. Right? Yeah, doing a total of 8 points of damage. Whew.
2.
Number 5. I rolled 4 d6s and rolled 1s on all of them. Yahtzee!
That means times 2.
Yep. So that's Verathan. Lysandra.
That's me.
Yep.
I really want to stab somebody. It's been so long since I've
If
been
you
able
went
to-
on the other side of Anira and Chainbreaker, you could get into a point where you could attempt to shank without being in the spikes.
You can go through.
You can go through
spaces.
friendly spaces, so you
Oh,
can make it
yay.
there. Okay.
Gang, gang!
Go ahead and make an attack.
I like my electronic dices. It's gonna be using this one, right?
The dagger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, 19.
19 will hit. Roll the damage. It's a D4.
5.
Okay. So you stab him with this ornate dagger. He takes 5 points of damage. When he takes the 5 points of damage, a shockwave erupts from the dagger.
Okay.
He gets launched back 15 feet into the air and tumbles over the table.
Okay.
In the process of doing so, he's going to take 12 d4 of damage as he tumbles through the spikes. Or not 12 d4, sorry, 64.
12d4, Jesus.
64 of damage.
64. Hey, I'm gonna keep this guy. Oh no.
So he takes the 5, and then he takes another 13 points of damage. When he basically gets you jab him and it just like a force shockwave.
I know.
And he just gets when he falls off the table, he's not moving.
You know how in animes, whenever they make an attack, they have a special phrase or trigger word? So...
Yep.
Yeet.
Here's your new Green Deal.
Oh no.
Please.
Oh no. All right. So yeah. So he just when he basically gets launched onto the table, does like a backwards somersault across the table, and when he falls off on the other side, he hits the ground and is lifeless.
That's really some extreme.
Acrobatics right there.
No, I was. What is it? Whenever they stick the needles into things, into your body.
Acupuncture?
That's extreme acupuncture. Kills you dead.
Yep. I'm assuming that's you.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Lanet will attempt to make a shot at number 4. And is going to hit.
I thought you were going to say critical 1 and hits me right in
No.
my head.
Rolled an total of 19. And because you're there, it's sneak attack. 3, 6, 9, 10. 12 points of damage. Shunks him with an arrow for 12 points of damage. Then we go to Wade. Prospero. Suddenly you are chilling.
Alright, well, I'm gonna... Am I still in stealth? Or do I have to re-roll each time it's my turn?
So go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Just because you attempted to...
That's a 17.
Okay.
And then...
Go ahead and roll your attack again.
I'm going to slowly push it in.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your attack again. And roll with advantage.
Okay. Well, that's a 9 plus...
Okay. So that, and then roll the second one.
Yeah, 9. That's a 9 plus 9, so... I'll take the first one.
Okay. So plus 9, you said?
Yes.
So total of 18?
Yes.
Yep. That will hit.
And is that sneak attack, too? Or?
Yep.
Okay, well, he's going to get that slowly inserted into him. So that's an 8, a 6, a 2, a 2 plus 2.
So 20 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay. He takes 20 points of damage as you try to do the same thing, hand on the shoulder and insert the blade.
Uh-huh.
He turns back to you and is like, he's still alive.
Subdue him.
Is he still on my blade?
Yeah.
Get rid of the spikes.
Um,
When it's your turn. Just break concentration.
so he's not great,
No, he's got a blade.
but he knows you're there now.
Wait till my next turn. Natural 20. Shh. You're
Okay.
not here.
Then we go to. Is that? I'm assuming that's it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we go to Anira.
He's on my blade,
You
guys.
see Wade, with a guy that's been impaled on his sword, still alive.
Oh look, I've been impaled. Oh, he'll die soon enough if he's already been impaled. Like, just let him, bleed out.
What are you doing?
Don't mind me, just sawing away here.
You can get up next to Wade.
Can I push him back with his sword?
No, but you can get up next to him and like.
Take his sword out?
Leave the
I want
sword
you to
alone.
subdue the guy. instead of just solidly kill him?
That's beyond the point. You can try,
That's
but
beyond the
he's
point,
got
what?
he's got a sword sticking through his chest.
Okay.
What would you like to do? You can try. I mean, the guy's probably gonna bleed out. He's got a sword sticking through him.
But he's still alive.
Currently,
Probably gagging on his blood.
what do you want to do?
I'm pretty sure he's in shock at this point.
I wanted to talk to one of them.
This one's not going to be talking.
They're all dead now.
This one's about to be.
Hello, battery.
We can talk to one of the babies. We can talk to one of the babies.
Oh no.
Oh no.
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 Dan.
What?
13 won't hit.
No, 13 will not hit.
13.
14?
14 won't hit.
He's still bleeding out.
Yep.
I'm sorry, we wish we could make this a little less painful for you, but
Okay.
your fate is to suffer.
Then we go to his turn. Who
He's not going to target me.
on the blade,
Yeah.
turns around with the rifle in his hand
Mhm.
and pulls the trigger.
To
He's gonna
me?
try and shoot you, yeah.
He's gonna try, but
can't
he
shoot me.
can't.
He can't.
He can't quite get to
no,
you.
no, he can't in general.
I know. He tries to turn around, but he's on your blade. You stabbed him from behind, so he's like trying to like lean over his shoulder,
Blood spewing
pulls
out.
the trigger, and you see a pink blast hit the wall somewhere in the back.
Yeah.
Before he blood spats starts dribbling from his mouth as he kind of just
Is
goes
he dead?
limp on your blade. Is that what you're doing, shaking the blade?
This is my new
Yep,
puppet.
so he's like, and then just goes limp. And then you just sit there and, oh, of course, then I bumped the mic. I'm sorry, everybody. You sit there and you're just like,
Get
and
it off.
his body is just like flapping. And then at some point, you kind of tilt and he just like
Slides right off.
slides off and like lifeless on the table.
That was great.
Yep, so you manage to dispatch him.
That's probably the most brutal thing I've done.
You take your sword and you just kind of like, or do you want to wipe it on him?
At this point, sure, why not?
Sure.
Oh wait, there's already blood on him.
Sure.
It
So
don't
you
count.
walk up to him and find like a clean section of his clothing and just take the blade and you just wipe it and then sheath it again. Okay.
That was funny. Well, not for him.
I mean, not for him, yeah. All
That
right.
must have been brutal.
So we are
Out of
out of combat.
I'm out combo. We don't have
We will take a short break, and we will be back in just a couple minutes. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Find out the rest of as they search the rest of the
We're
area
gonna loot the bodies.
and loot the bodies. And yeah. So don't go anywhere. Hold tight. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. All right. Yikes. Welcome back, everybody, to Legends of Galehardt. All right. So where we left off, you guys had just dispatched a group of enemies that appeared out of the darkness, and now you guys are in the room. What are you guys deciding to do?
I definitely want one of those.
I want to loot the body in front of us. In front of me and
Steve.
I'm gonna loot it.
No, I'm taking that fucking rifle.
I'm looting it. I'm looting it.
Rifle's mine.
I said it first. I'm looting it.
I don't
Alright.
care. I don't care.
He killed
Rifle's
it.
mine.
He doesn't have a
He
rifle.
killed
Okay.
It's the little handgun.
So Wade flicks the body off as the body slumps. The rifle drops at your feet.
Mine.
Okay. So you will check the body as Wade picks up the rifle. So Wade
Licks rifle.
just licks the rifle. Yeah, you pick it up and you just start.
You now
You
have an
like start
STI.
snuggling with it, and all right. So it is a two-handed This is going to be it's called an astral cannon.
Okay.
So it is a two-handed weapon.
Name. You don't want to know what the name
Okay.
is.
Okay. So it's two-handed because it's a rifle.
Yep.
It has a 120-foot range. You will get a +3 to hit at a range of over 20
I'm not
feet.
gonna be reading
You
this.
get a -1 to hit at a 10-foot or less range. So basically, if you're trying to shoot somebody 5 feet from you,
Yeah.
you're going to have a penalty to
Okay.
hit them.
You said attack was what?
So it is a +3 to hit at a range of over 20 feet. Yep. A -1 to hit at a range of 10 feet. So I don't know how to note that in there. We'll have to figure this out. We can figure it out later. But it has a 120-foot range. It is a D10 damage.
Okay.
And then plus your modifiers and things like that. And then if you there is a chance that the weapon could overheat.
Okay.
And potentially break.
Okay.
Okay. I will keep tabs of that later, though. But just so you know, you watched 2 of them overheat. So you pick it up. Basically, what you see is the weapon itself looks very reminiscent to a heavy crossbow, except instead of having the metal crossbow arms in the front, it is just a solid, finely carved wooden piece.
Okay.
The area at the back where you would normally cock the rifle is, you can see underneath the small metal cover, you can see one of those crystals that is kind of pulsing.
One of the ones that I found.
Yeah, the pink reddish crystals that's kind of pulsing from within inside the weapon.
Interesting.
Okay. And Anira, you loot the body
Loot
itself,
the body.
and you find 5 electrum pieces.
I'm happy with this.
Okay.
Do I need to punch you in the chest to help you?
No.
Okay.
Can I loot 2 of those swords?
Yeah, you can find 2 of the swords. They are short swords. Or they're scimitars. They're considered a short sword, but they're basically a scimitar. They will be considered a magic weapon. And they're basically so the scimitars are a one-handed weapon. And if you hit them, they've got to make a saving throw, otherwise they get knocked back. They look
Dagger has the.
very
crystal thing in it.
reminiscent to the dagger. The hilt is a kind of a golden, finely, machined hilt. The sword
Fancy?
itself is a very fancy and ornate.
Good. Fancy.
Yep.
Exactly.
jeez.
Exactly. Just like that. It's
Fancy.
fancy.
With the mustache mug.
Pinky up.
With the pinky up and everything.
Yeah.
The blade itself is a kind of like a silver blade with a streak of a kind of a red,
Oh, wait, no, I wanna go this way.
pinkish material, crystalline material running up through the center of the blade. Did you guys want to look at any of the other bodies? I'm assuming you're looting all of the bodies?
I'll
Or
take a
you
look
just-
at 2 of the bodies.
Okay.
So that one and that one.
Okay.
I'm assuming that Prospero loots the ones behind him.
This whole time, Wade's trying to understand the rifle.
Okay.
Become the rifle.
Yep.
So you said opponents must make a saving throw or they'll be knocked back 15 feet?
Yeah, it's a dexterity saving throw. Or no, strength saving throw. Sorry, strength saving throw. And then if you have the ability to put it in there, it's a DC 15. Okay.
With the rifle in hand, I'm going to dart all the way over here and check on her. Is she okay?
Yep. So you get to Sunli, and you see her kind of keeled over on the ground, but she's kind of kneeling. and as you go to her, you lay a hand on her shoulder, and she looks up at you. One half of her face is kind of got black veins pulsing through it, and you see in one of her eyes, the eye appears almost orange. Other than that, she's like, I'm fine, I'm okay. I just need a minute.
Shake head.
Okay. What's anybody else doing?
So he looted those 2 bodies.
Yep.
Prospero looted the rest of them.
Okay. All right. So
Give me the cheaps.
the
Gives you a dagger.
chain breaker. The things you find on the 2 bodies that you looted there. You're gonna find 3 gold and 5 pieces of electrum. Prospero loots the other 2 over there that have kind of turned into a pile of ash.
You said 3?
3 gold, 5 electrum.
Is that like a currency?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, they are, I believe they are considered the value of 2 gold, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look.
It does not give me that option. Oh, there it is. If you go coins and...
No, they're electrum pieces. Prospero searches the other 2 and finds 2 gold and a small key.
A key! Oh, hey. Aren't you the key keeper? The keeper of the
Yes.
keys?
I have all the keys at home.
I found it.
Okay.
If you swipe to the very bottom. it'll
Yeah,
give
so
you
Prospero
electron.
goes, I found a key.
Can I have it?
Sure. Yeah, you're the key keeper.
The master of the jinglies.
The master of the jinglies, yeah. Sure. Here you go. Tosses you the key. It is a key with a kind of a strange symbol on it that you don't recognize. Of course, it kind of is similar in style to
Looks like a lot of these ones.
a lot of everything else that you've seen. Yep.
So I'm gonna go check the hallway.
Okay.
See what's that way.
All right.
After I
So,
get the...
yep, you step out into the hallway then. Oh, come on. There we go. So you step out and you check the hallway. The hallway itself leads down. You see another 2 doors on the opposite side, and you can see where the hallway tees off. At the bottom, it appears another set of stairs downward. Okay, so you're gonna
Wanna
head.
look at this one?
So you're heading across to the room across the hall. Okay, you step into the room across the hall and you see what appears to be a storeroom with lots of boxes and.
I'm gonna start searching that room.
Okay. Roll a investigation check. Okay, so Wade's gonna check the top room. Okay, what did you roll?
17. And then, yeah, it's 17.
Okay, 17. All right, Wade, you head up into the next room. Do you have a light source?
Grab that torch.
Yeah.
You pick up the torch anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You go back. You realize you don't have a light source, and then you go back for the torch, and you step into the room. This appears to be some sort of kitchen or food prep area with another doorway off to the right. You head through the doorway. Yep. So you head through the doorway, and this appears to be a sort of pantry with more boxes and shelves. Creates what appears to be food stuff.
Okay.
From first glance.
Okay.
Okay, so 17. You start to, Anira starts to kind of look through stuff. You see what appears to be a lot of foodstuffs. These appear to be relatively new and fresh. Not like the things that you've seen before, that this place is very, very old and dilapidated and falling apart. These appear to be new. Like, not like new, but like they've been
Edible.
brought here
They're
recently like someone is bringing in food. You also notice a small chest in the corner.
Is it locked?
It does not appear to be locked. It is lashed, but it's not locked.
I'll flip the latch and open it to the side.
Sure. Yep. You pop it open, and
Click.
inside.
There's literally
Instant death.
there's literally one of those little hands pointed up when you open it.
No, but I'm opening it like this. So if I'm facing it like this, I'm gonna step to the side and open it like this.
The duck foot.
Yep.
Beep beep.
Okay. So inside, you open this chest, and inside the inside of the case is, or the chest. I mean, it's a smaller chest. It's lined with a very fine, kind of like red felt.
Mm-hmm.
And you see inside a small crown,
Ooh.
a golden crown.
I'm getting shiny.
You find two just loose emerald gems, and you find a small silver ring that has an emerald inset into it.
Okay, I'm gonna put the ring on.
Okay. Bling bling.
Stick the emeralds in my pocket and.
Okay.
The crown on my head.
The emeralds, for all intents and purposes, they are worth. You would assume they're like a 10 gold piece sized gem.
Okay.
Yep. And then the crown is a gold crown.
Gold crown. Got it. I got a gold crown, guys. Alright, I'm gonna walk out and then like that way.
Can I have 3 potions?
You're gonna come find me. I'm that way.
Alright. I'm gonna go find her and show her my gashes and wounds and this big old,
Burning.
We don't want to see it.
Burned, singed.
yeah.
Yep.
Say, hey,
I'm gonna search the
help.
room.
Okay. Roll investigation.
According to this, emeralds are worth 1,000 gold pieces.
These are worth 10. These are smaller.
18.
Sure. Okay. So you search through the shelves and you find a couple boxes of like rations and foodstuffs. If you want to take those, you can. On some of the shelves, you rummage through some of the glass bottles and vials, and you stumble upon some that were tucked away in the back. You find 2 small bottles of a red-ish liquid.
Oh boy.
Healing
So
hands?
you
Healing
would
hands?
recognize these as potions of healing. Your healing
Sure.
potions.
Missing 40
So you find 2 of them.
points.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm over
They're
here
just
at
the
19.
smaller, regular
I have
ones.
15.
Okay,
I'm 52.
so that's what you find. All right, so chain breaker is
Does
Healing
anyone
hands?
have-
I'll use healing hands on Chainbreaker.
Do you
Okay.
have healing hands? I
I
think
do
you
have.
do.
I know I have healing hands.
do you?
I do.
They're alphabetical. Here, there. Healing word. Cure wounds.
I'm not sure what you have access to.
She has access to all of the druid spells.
Yeah, I know. I just don't remember what it is offhand.
You realize that the 2 that I said were.
Sure.
You have to say what kind of potions, like minor.
You have healing word.
All right. I mean, that could do the same thing, right?
Healing word is
Or what about cure wounds?
yes, you can heal them. Do you have cure? You do also have cure wounds.
Cure wounds would be better, I think.
Why not both?
Because I don't want to waste that. I'm sorry.
I have 15 HP out of
Yeah,
53.
cure wounds is probably better
Ask
for
me
you.
for a potion.
She
Healing
has
word
one
is
potion.
more ranged.
Two.
What's that?
What kind of healing potions are these? Are these normal,
They're just regular.
They're just the
It's the first one on the list.
first one potion.
So that's
Ow!
They are just standard potion of healing.
cool.
My toes.
Yeah.
That's all I find in the room. Oh, plus the rations.
Yep.
Okay.
A couple boxes of foodstuffs and things, lots of empty bottles and what appears to be, you know, used stuff. But yeah, you do
also
manage
have
to find a
two
couple
potions
bottles of
instead.
couple potions of healing.
Instead of healing, yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing?
So,
I'll give him my potions instead.
Okay. So what are you giving him?
And it's 2d4 plus 2,
2d4.
and I have 2 of them.
Okay, so two potions of healing?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one?
So then your potion bag.
5.
Okay, second one?
5.
Okay, so you take the 2 potions and you just down the first one, smash the bottle on the floor, down the second one, and just smash it on your floor, and you're like,
I can breathe.
you take you gain 10 points.
Okay.
Let me figure it out.
Hit quantity. Minus 2.
Now,
Okay.
Minus 2.
Now, I searched that room. Can I
Yep.
search this room?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and make an investigation.
That's a natural 19 plus 6.
Okay. And then Anira, what were you doing? Did you want to head down to the second room?
Yep.
Okay.
I
so-
follow.
Yep, so you head down to the second room and find another storeroom.
You're there.
Very similar.
I walk out, and I'm down that way with a crown on.
Yeah, you see her turn the hallway with it. Well, you don't have a light source.
Where's my torch? Oh,
Dan has it.
I see.
You step onto a dark hallway and you see the glint of what appears to be a
Fire
golden.
sword, too.
Oh yeah. You see are you still holding the fire sword? Okay, you see the fire sword step into a room. You can see the faint glow of light coming from slightly down the hallway. Okay.
I'm gonna search the room.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. You search the room and you find a lot more foodstuffs.
Okay.
Tucked
Come
away
with me?
in a box somewhere. You do find another potion of healing.
Cool. How many trail rations, or what is that?
I would say that you could find probably,
Like this room and that room?
yeah, I'd say you could probably find a good 20, 30 rations.
So what is it, 20 or 30?
25. Split the difference.
28.
Cool.
Do you think I can't
I
say
rolled
this
the
out loud,
D10.
damn it.
So split the difference. 20 to 30 and you just
Can you
get
stop tripping?
a 20 plus a
trying.
D10. All right. Okay. All right. And
Please go
then
back to
what did you roll for your...
1.
You look in and you are too enamored with your newfound crown. You see a lot of boxes that appear to be crates of food and you just ignore them. No chests that you can
No
spot.
shinies.
No shinies.
Go check that room.
I'll
And of
go-
course.
I'll go check the room.
I mean,
I can see. Can I still see the light at the end of the hall?
yeah.
All right, I shall.
Yeah.
Hey. That's, you know.
Okay. So sure. So you step in.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna start.
Make an investigation check.
Can I have my bardic inspiration?
Sure. Go for it.
All
Add a
right.
D8
3.
total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we're feeling today.
You step into the doorway, and Anira turns around and goes, "Look what I found!" and points to the crown on her
I
head.
like
And you
that.
go,
I like that.
That's mine
That's
now.
nice.
you're like, fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice, shiny. And that's your. And then she just kind of like tries to push you back out the room.
Quick question. I know this is gonna be.
So you don't find anything in the room. You don't see anything in the room.
I'm gonna go that way.
Okay. Do you want to gather the rest of your compatriots?
Guys.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go
Let's
this
go!
doorway. I'm gonna go to that doorway.
What now?
The 2 space.
Yep. So you go to the doorway and you come back and you're just like,
Two.
everybody, let's go.
That's to your
Alright, let's
So
march.
when you swing at somebody,
I'll go get Wade.
Adventure.
roll
Adventure
17
is out
a four-
there.
a 14, you add that 9 to it.
To the damage.
To the hit.
To the hit.
Okay.
So you're
Yes.
telling me-
So what's going on?
Collecting, everybody.
Anira steps back in and says, "Let's go."
Hey, did y'all find anything in this room?
No, look at my crown.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look. Here.
So Dan, you're telling me that I should have been adding it
Okay.
to every single one of my attack rolls?
Yeah.
Uh oh. What were you supposed to be adding?
That's rough, buddy.
9.
Oops.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled a 17 total for searching that room.
Sure.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay.
He's one
So
of
you
us.
take a little bit more time and to do a little bit more thorough job and are not.
As enamored with my crown.
Yeah. You just
I'm just like-
you're just like, yep, sure, whatever, and you just kind of like shake it off.
I'm in pain.
You step into the room,
And then gets my head blown off.
and you do find a couple of chests.
That was a good day.
All right. Are you popping the chests?
Yes.
Okay. So
No,
I'm waiting for responses.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We're doing something else. I just had a clever idea, so I just figured I'd share
Okay.
it with the world.
So you pop open one of the chests, and you see 2 silver rings
Cool.
and another 7 rations. It's a weird mix.
It's okay. So 2.
No.
Yep, there's the second chest. Are you opening that one too?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's not how you spell rings. Spelled it rigs.
Remember that thought. I'll come back to it.
Okay, and then more
I feel like
rations. Okay.
it's more along the lines of like Zeus doing it.
Okay. So you open
I
the
didn't
second
think
The
chest.
same level as that.
Oh my god!
It's
Look at the group chat.
Yep. You open the second chest, and you find what appears to be a broken bow.
What appears to be. What appears to be.
It's a bow that is snapped in half. Still got the string on it. It's just kind of curled up into a mess.
My life.
But behind it, you find a quiver of arrows.
I feel like no. I feel like it would be like Zeus.
Okay.
For shame.
Okay.
That's what.
You find a quiver of arrows.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Taking the arrows?
Yeah.
So everybody is going by me.
We still got one more chest to pop open.
That was the second chest.
You said 3 chests.
There's 2.
You said 3. Why'd you lie to me?
I thought I said 2. If you want, I'll give you the other things that I rolled that I skipped over.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Just remember
It
your
was-
words.
It was a box of beef jerky.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah, if you want it, it's a box of beef jerky.
Also, remember that I got
There's-
shot with an invisible gun.
You're never gonna live that down.
It's still there.
You know, like a potion. That'd be pretty epic, right?
Oh, you need a potion?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Potion?
So
I
I'm gonna
hand you a
pop my
potion.
potion of healing
Alright, I'm
and drink
popping.
it.
I'm popping his potion.
You popping
I
my
gave you
potion?
one of my
Okay.
potions. I gave you 2 of my
I'm not
potions.
even halfway full.
Oh my god, you monster.
Okay, you give him one of the potions that you just found?
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
5.
Alright, you get another 5. Boy, what is it tonight with these dice rolls? These are pretty bad.
I'm doing fine.
These are pretty
So
interesting.
I regained 4 from the health potion that I have.
Okay.
Do you want another one?
Dude, how many you got?
I got 2 more. Would you like them?
I'm at 30 out of 53.
Would you like them both?
Can I have one of them?
It'd be pretty epic because I'm
Can I
kind
have
of
one
like.
of them?
Just
How
say
is
yes
your
or
health?
no.
I'm at 19 right
what's
now.
your natural?
52.
What the hell you been doing?
a lot of things.
You guys have
killed
you've done
3 people
fight
and
after
I've
fight
been-
after fight without really having a
sorry.
chance to stop.
I'll give you each one. How's that sound? Fair?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Okay.
7.
That's better.
It's better than 5.
So, I'm gonna.
Have you been adding too?
Now,
th-
are these
Each
silver
one of
rings?
us are
these
plus
just silver
2.
rings?
2d4.
or-
To the best of your knowledge,
Oh,
they are
guess
silver
what I'm
rings.
putting on my hands?
I
You put
have
'em on-
a
you slide them
small.
on, they are
Yeah,
silver
why,
rings.
why not? Yeah, I'm gonna fight some werewolves.
Your hand looks much more blinged out.
And it falls off.
You also take a look at the arrows.
Cool.
9.
You slide one out.
Oh, these aren't my exploding arrows that somehow ended up down here, are they?
That'd be great.
No, so the tips of the arrows
Yes.
appear to be a kind of a pinkish red crystal
Power Stone.
type material.
I can't use them.
I mean, they're arrows, but there are a total of 7. in the
Verathan
quiver.
has a bow, as does Lanet.
Daddy, XP? Question mark.
We will do that at the. Jeez.
But you
Wow.
answered.
We will do that at the end of the session after we're done with the stream.
Okay.
But
Okay, I'm gonna go
Thanks.
that way. Can I go to the corner now,
I
please?
guess I get to be called Daddy today.
If that's what you're into.
God. These are the
And when
people
I
I
try
play
it,
with,
you know,
everybody.
I
Was
get
there-
These are the
no.
people I
Is there
play
anything
with.
special about the broken bow? It's just a broken bow.
There's just
It's a
something
bow
about
that
a young
is
man
snapped
needs
in half.
direction instead of
It
calling
looks
you
ornate,
daddy.
but it is trashed.
Okay, so jump.
It's junk.
You could like use it as what is
You
that
could maybe
where you,
use it
like,
as, like, a
wrap it around
garrote
your
wire.
hand? Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. Like,
I mean, if you
Die
really, if you
behind
wanted
pretty
to,
air
no,
bow.
you could
just-
attempt
just, like,
that if you really
just
wanted
dip
to.
it in poison and then just.
Or you could attach one side
Anyway, I
to
go to the
door
corner. Let's go.
Okay.
I moved on.
and clothesline the opponent.
All right.
Ready,
So you
John?
guys
Yep.
head down. We're gonna move the map. So disorienting.
There, this area.
All right. So you head
Hold
down.
on, hold on. Like we're here.
Yep. I'm going to reveal it in a second as soon as I can get my thing here. Here we go. You step down the staircase that descends farther down the hallway. At the end of the hallway, you reach another portcullis, and there is another room which you step inside to see another one of the.
Chainbreaker, go open it.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
I want to look down.
Okay. So you look through and you see another section of river. You crank it and it squeals and the gears grind as you open.
I'm gonna
the
lean
gate.
on it. Just
Okay.
kinda like
What happened?
one of these.
You're in the room. Okay. Just hanging back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys,
I'm
do
gonna
you?
walk to here.
Okay. So you step through the gate.
What is that?
dude.
What is that?
That
Ooh,
is
what's that
supposed
over
to
there?
Well,
Ooh.
it's gonna be revealed anyway. You step through and you see. Well, that's the wrong
No
button.
way.
There we go. You see a section
And
of
then,
river.
what were those thingies? The water elementals last time? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna wind up having.
That's what happens. Every once in a while, the program weirds out. All right. So you see.
Okay, is
what
the water
appears,
going this way?
It
Or
has
is it going this way?
a slow kind of going that way. Yeah, going that way.
Can we ask Lana to check the deepness of it with his rope?
Oh jeez.
So it.
He won't let you know about the rope.
I mean, if you've
He'll-
seen him with the rope, but I don't think that's going to help you in any
No.
case here.
He won't admit to having it.
Yeah, he'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about, boss.
He doesn't want to get the rope wet.
Okay.
He doesn't like
I
his
respect
rope
that
wet.
decision.
He doesn't like his rope wet.
Just like a wet noodle.
Okay, so that's what you see across the river. You see a small. I shouldn't even say small. It's a decently sized, what appears to be a seagoing craft.
I want to go to the boat.
A seagoing
ship.
craft.
Okay.
Little canoes.
You do see what appears to be in this corner some boards and planks that appear to be like a way to get across, like not quite a drawbridge of sorts, but
A makeshift.
Okay, can
a
I put it
makeshift
down?
drawbridge that you could put across. Yep.
Can I put it across?
Yep.
I'm gonna put it across.
You knock it over and you hear the big, slam as the board hits the other side, and you have a
How wide is this thing?
how wide is it?
How wide is it?
I mean, it's probably a foot wide.
The whole channel?
Oh, the channel. Oh, the channel
I
across.
went this way.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the board that you were. Okay,
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
that's what I thought. It's probably 35 or so feet across. The board that you slap down. I mean, it's tall.
Alright, I'm gonna tie a couple things of rope together.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go land it. Take this across.
I'm gonna come out because they're taking too long.
Okay. Yep. So Lanet makes his way across. Okay. Lanet makes his way across skillfully
Holding the rope.
and quickly, taking the rope with him.
Yes.
Yep. He gets to the other side with the rope.
Wade,
What?
would you be willing to go next?
No.
What am I doing with the rope?
Hold on to it.
I'm gonna jump.
You want me to hold for what?
I'm holding the other end. If someone falls off or the bridge breaks, one of us we'll both be able to hold them. Wade's going next.
I'm
Okay,
gonna do
so
something
Lana goes, I don't think so. I got a better idea. Sets his back down, pulls out a python, ties the rope to the python.
Okay,
Me-
that's
You're
fine.
good.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna use sneak, and I'm gonna somehow appear on the other side.
Okay, roll first roll a dexterity check,
Okay.
or I guess I'll say acrobatics.
Ooh.
Can we do acrobatics? I'm okay with acrobatics. I get a +7 in acrobatics.
That's an 18.
Okay, now roll your stealth. What did you roll?
Well, that's a 10.
Okay, so you walk up to the board, and you just like, and you're like giggling to yourself all the way, like you're gonna like sneak up on Lanet, and you get to the other side, and Lanet looks up and goes, "The hell are you doing?"
I made a cross, didn't I?
Yeah, but you had that like whole like, yeah, you had that like cartoonish.
Hey.
Like, and everybody watched you do this,
Hey.
and they just stared,
Across?
I'm
going, "What
gonna
is he
jump
doing?"
across.
Well, now, don't you have
35
to make a spot check if I'm using sneak, though?
I'm just saying the Tumblr really
His
likes my
passive
post about what we talked
perception
about.
would
in our
No,
group
them.
message.
Hey,
Oh,
damn DM.
wow.
My
okay.
passive is 11.
Yeah, the passive's gonna be high
Everyone
enough.
is above 11.
Yep.
What's yours?
I'm jumping across.
You're gonna attempt
Okay,
to jump.
can you jump over on this side of the rope?
Dude, I've got a 7 in athletics.
It's
Goliath?
35 feet across.
Dude, 35 feet?
Yes.
That's nothing, dude. What do you think?
That's almost 5 times your height.
Go
8
ahead.
feet.
Make your athletics check.
Jump.
Alright.
Go ahead.
You ready for this?
Yep.
You ready for this, guys?
Critical fail.
No. No, he didn't.
26?
Okay. So you, with what you, for you, like precision, you take off, like you get this like focus, like one of those like long jumpers.
Zach, hang on,
right?
hang on. No,
You
no,
start.
I know what it is.
You start sprinting down the thing, and then take a jump, and you launch yourself off.
I'm trying to imagine it.
And then it's like, think of like to you, like you are just pumped. You're like, yeah, perfect launch. Like Chariots of Fire is playing in the background inside your head as you're like, like flying through the air. And
We can't
then
sleep at night if you hold your breath.
you start to get closer to the other side
Sleep forever.
as you start to dip down, and you just like belly flop into the water.
Was it 26?
You're close. You were about 5
Close.
feet short,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining Lanet.
and
though,
you
if-
just into the water.
Okay.
I'm imagining landing if you had made it, just looks up.
Yeah.
Well, then
It's 35 feet across.
How
That
deep
is
is it now?
almost impossible of a jump to make.
Almost.
Did he grab the rope?
No, you didn't even.
How-
you
no,
were
how
you were
deep is
attempting
it?
to jump. So you can't touch the bottom.
I can't touch the bottom.
Nope.
Good thing I'm wearing light armor.
Yep.
Is he right
So
there?
you belly flop into the water, and you come up, like treading water as you're slowly starting to, like very
Like that.
slowly,
Okay.
but you're slowly starting to current. There's a light current
There was
that's
this
slowly pulling
section
you.
where
Can I grab the
literally-
edge?
Yeah, you swim over to the edge, but you grab near the like the side there,
I'm gonna
and
go and
you
help him.
manage to pull yourself up.
Alright.
I'm gonna help
It was
you.
a fun attempt, though, right?
I mean, it was spectacular.
All right, I'm gonna.
I mean,
Go
you're
cry.
What
all
are you
wet
gonna do
now.
awesome? Are you
I
doing anything
rolled
awesome?
I'm gonna-
19 on the dice.
I mean, that's a very, very good roll. I don't think you. I mean,
What if you had rolled a 30 total?
if
Alright,
you
I'm
were
gonna go
able
across
to
the
get
bridge.
a 30, I would have given it to you. But I don't think you could have gotten it. I don't know if you could have gotten it or not
Well,
Okay.
what would I add to?
because the.
Acrobatics. What
Yep.
are we doing?
Well, so you're crossing the bridge.
Yes.
Did you do anything with the rope on the other side?
No.
You're crossing
I'm
the
gonna
bridge.
hand it to
You're-
Lysandra.
Besides
Okay.
athletics, what
Um,
else is what I add?
You
What am I
attempt to
using?
give it to Lysandra and then just start across the bridge.
Dexterity?
Yeah. Wait, wait.
Lysandra doesn't grab it right away.
Your ones.
What's your athletics?
Yeah, so it's just one.
Okay,
It
well,
might
it's
have
You're-
five.
27.
Huh?
Be plus 5.
I'm
Yeah,
plus
yeah, sure.
4.
What'd you roll?
20.
Okay, yeah, you made it to the other side. Lysandra didn't grab the rope though. You're just like here, toss and like just. And she's got it now. But it wouldn't have done anything had you have.
You're lucky that my peripheral vision works so well.
Okay.
It's
'cause
more
you're
so
wearing
there's a
heavy
second
armor,
thing
right?
to
Yeah,
grab.
yeah. There would have been something to
Where's
grab,
your
but it
armor?
wouldn't have been exactly what you thought it was going to be.
Pull it to.
You could, you
pull
would have been in the
myself.
water, but then pulling yourself up with the rope.
Fine.
Okay,
All right. Who else is? Verithan next.
sure. So with the rope, and somebody's
gonna-
anchoring it. Are you gonna? Do you anchor it on the other side, or are you just holding on to it? What are you doing with the rope?
Okay, well I'll do what she says and anchor it down.
Okay, yeah. So you anchor it down. With the rope, it's kind of like almost like a railing. Everybody's able to get across.
Yay!
The
With-
Worgen spirit as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, boat time.
Boats.
Okay.
We're out. Are we out in daylight now, or are we just? It's
So,
very well lit.
It's still dark, but with the torchlight and with the
Water.
it's reflecting off the water. I mean, it's a little bit more lit in here, but it's not daylight by
It's
any
lit.
means.
It's lit.
I wasn't even the first one to be able to say that.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
You lose that
So
privilege,
you-
man.
I'll climb aboard the boat. Okay.
I
you
want to
go.
explore the boat.
I'm gonna go check the captain's quarters.
So the boat itself it's not very big. It does have enough room to fit you all, but it is relatively tight. There is 2 masts with sails that are out the front, and there appears to be some sort of mechanical mechanism with more sails that are attached and folded up to the sides, that are just kind of folded, sitting there, not doing much.
Are we talking
Um,
like redacted treasure planet? Like that kind of airship kind of deal?
They're
Are we
folded
talking-
up in kind of like this along the boat,
Along like the sides.
along
of
the
boat?
sides of the boat. They're just kind of folded up right now. But it looks like there's a mechanical device that would open them if you needed to. There is also what appears to be like a telescope of sorts in the front, and then a steering wheel in the back.
Does this boat have any of those like same cliffs we've been seeing everywhere?
It just appears to be a relatively well-made small skiff.
It's got a captain's quarters.
There is a small room underneath, but it is just a small room. There's not much. It is. You have to duck, and you're like, ow. Yep, it's maybe 6 feet tall underneath.
You left your window open.
There's not much room. It's more meant for a storeroom or to, weather rain or things like that.
Okay.
But it's under a covered
Blah, blah,
porch.
blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Okay.
What can we see from the ship?
I mean, currently the ship is docked in what appears to be like a little.
Is this a wall here?
Yeah. So there's like, think of this like a small room with, like a concrete or a walkway around the ship on all sides, and it's a small tucked-in section where it appears that this would be like a dock for ships.
Okay, so and the water's moving this way.
Water's moving that way.
This way.
Yes.
So could we unharness
Unmoor
the
it?
boat? And
Yeah.
then,
Oh yeah. You can unmoor
and
it.
then start going down this
Yep.
way.
So you
I'm gonna go floating on a boat.
We're gonna go.
so you
down
guys
to see
untie
if
it. You
I see
pull
secrets.
the gangplank, the walkway across back onto the boat. As the boat is now kind of freely floating. It starts to slowly drift out into the larger channel because
Is it the
that's
walls?
with the current. What was that?
Is it the walls?
You head back to the steering column with the wheel, and in the center of the wheel is a small, like circular hole.
Can I take the crystal out of my potions bag and stick it in there?
Mhm.
Does that do anything?
Yeah. So when you stick it in, you can kind of hear like a mechanical whirring in the back of the boat, and it appears out the back of the boat. You're getting some sort of propulsion,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
almost like a ignition for a boat motor.
All right. Has anybody? seen
And
one
you
before?
start to move
Land it.
faster into
Come here.
the main channel.
Okay. Let's go this way.
Okay.
Well, can we see anything that way?
So the waterway just continues for a while into the darkness. You can't really see much more past that direction.
Can you control C, control V, and then move it around?
No, I wish.
Oh.
That would be pretty cool.
Do we
But
here,
no.
I'll get a PNG of a boat and I'll put my tablet on there.
all right. So you guys head down the channel, and as you turn down the channel, your boat moving along as you go, you hit a 90-degree bend to the right. As you take the 90-degree bend to the right, you continue down the channel to where a small bridge is up and over the top.
Does it look like the bridge we did?
Looks like the bridge you crossed in that first room. You continue through another tunnel, and
Can you show us this?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. So you continue, and you are in the right-hand water channel here.
This one?
Nope, the other one.
This one.
Yes. Yep.
We're in this one, guys.
Yep. And you continue down.
Warg is us.
Jeez Louise.
Warg is us.
You continue down that channel of water, and you go through a tunnel,
Oh, it sure is dark.
and you maybe,
We're in
and
the
you
we're in the
reemerge
There we go.
over.
That works.
I couldn't
Oh,
find
wow.
it.
We're a ship.
All right.
We're a ship.
Yep. You reemerge on the other section. This appears
We're
to
not
be
hitting walls.
the section where you had come down before, where there are two channels and a small platform in the center. The channel then extends down to a small pool of water with the large circular archway.
Can we anchor here for a minute?
Why?
Let's go up the platform.
There's stairs. I mean,
Okay.
why would it be
I'm gonna
there?
take the crystal out.
Okay, so when you pull the crystal out,
Tequila.
the propulsion
Stops.
stops and the whirring stops.
Okay.
Alright.
Are we in the
Okay.
water?
It is still kind of slowly drifting down.
Do we have an anchor?
You find an anchor that you can kind of kick off into sploosh
Into
stop?
sploosh.
into the water and
Can we
sploosh.
stop?
Gangplank.
I mean, it's still kind of slowly kind of bobbing and drifting, but
You got like 2 minutes. Go.
Alright, gangplank heading up here.
yeah. So you head up, and when you get to the top, you find a small kind of like podium. With the podium, you see two sets of circular symbols that are rings of symbols with smaller rings inside, and in the center is a small cylindrical hole. And then you see the same on the other side. There's two sets of these. rings of symbols that you don't recognize with more rings, and then
Hey guys, there's some science stuff up here.
Okay.
I love how the phone, the ship is now black. It's off. It's fine. It's off.
It's too late. You already.
You already mentioned
Yeah,
it.
I know. Okay.
I'll hop off and see if I... Is there any other spots I can stick my crystal?
So you see a podium with 2 sets of circular things of rings of symbols with a hole in the center.
In both of them?
Mhm.
Has anybody else got another one of these? Holding up my crystal.
Okay.
Does anybody say anything?
I pull out the ones I have and just like,
You want to bring them up here? Because we need 1 for the boat and 2 for up here.
Let's see, are these like that?
They look very similar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna pull one over. Be like,
Okay.
I'm going to take them and put them in the holes.
Okay. When you insert them into the holes, you like kind of just
Boom!
insert at the same time.
Yep.
Okay. As you insert them at the
Can
same
I reach
time,
both of them at the same time? Or
Yeah,
Or
yep.
like this?
they're kind of like this.
Okay.
Yep. You insert the crystals into both of them at the same time, and both of the archways, on both sides, you start to slowly see them, the symbols on the top, and then the corresponding symbols
Glow.
around them start to glow, and
That's better.
they open up a there you go,
This is much
a little-
better.
much better.
More like this.
What appears to you like a rift, like a portal of some sort,
Oh.
forming
Okay,
inside the
Throwback
archways.
to before we did any of this. Stickhead, creepy ass place. Like
was
that
that?
kind of rift.
It is a swirling, bright, bluish white
Like it looks like magic.
magical rift.
Magic. It looks like magic. Okay. I'm gonna take the crystal corresponding with what I think would correspond with this
Yep.
one.
So you take the left one out, and that one just slowly.
Like Stargate.
Yep.
Yep, rejected.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Everybody vote.
Yes.
Are we going through the portal?
Let's do it.
I said we get in the water. I said this last time. We get in the water. We're going a weird place. Are we going to the weird place?
Let's go to the weird
I
place.
just wanted to help the lady with the wargs. What's going on?
No, we're looking for Galehardt.
The lady's like, oh, there's wargs up there.
Well, we killed those. We took care of them.
We
Fine.
did.
Well, we saved
Quest over.
Yeah.
Okay.
We rescued him. He's like a pit bull. We we
All right.
rehabilitated
Who doesn't
him.
do anything?
So you. Oh, jeez Louise.
Because he doesn't understand us yet.
So you leave the crystal in the one, and as the portal is swirling its bright, flashing blue lights, you climb aboard
Are we all
your
going?
small
Is it like that
Before-
Willy Wonka?
Before we do this, are we all
Yeah,
going?
rejected, Wonka.
After we go through this portal, are we doing XP?
yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
So you guys, are you guys climbing on? You climb on the
Oh my
boat.
God.
Let's go on a
You
boat.
climb on the boat. You insert one of your crystals into the steering
I
column.
give Wade back this one.
Sure.
Crystal.
So you get
he
one of
someone
those
else
crystals
has a
back.
crystal.
Yep. You climb aboard the small skiff, insert the crystal back as the boat roars to life, and you start to slowly make your way towards the portal. Yep. As you guys enter the portal, we will pick it up next week.
Okay. Okay. At least it wasn't like the last time we entered something like this. It wasn't. We didn't hear.
What?
That's what happened last time.
Really?
I don't remember that last time, but okay.
Yes. I'll explain it.
All right, so that's where we're going to end it for this evening. Bless you.
Thanks.
All right, so thank you again for hanging out with us tonight for this episode of Legends of Galehardt. We will pick it up again next Saturday as you guys reemerge on what the other side of the gateway ends up being, and in your
weird
continuing
place.
quest,
The weird
the weird
Oh,
place.
jeez, Rick, there's a giant space coming. There's a giant boat coming through the living room. Oh my God, Morty, I forgot to turn the switch off. There's definitely gonna be a lot of water in a boat coming through. Oh, I didn't even have that giant portal in the basement, Rick.
Jeez, Rick. No. All
I
right.
showed my dad. I love it.
Oh,
the
Anyway.
Wait.
Anyway,
Let's finish this.
thank you guys for hanging out again tonight. Of course, if you guys are new here to Twitch, make sure to follow us. We stream Legends of Galehardt each week, as well as we stream Magic the Gathering on Thursdays, and we stream other cool and upcoming things. So come hang out with us here on Twitch and keep tabs with what we're doing. You can also find us on all of our social medias, Facebook, Twitter. If you guys are watching this back on YouTube, make sure to check out our other videos there, and then come hang out with us live on Twitch. If you guys want to support the channel, many ways you can do so. First one, just coming out and hanging out with us here, saying hi. Let us know what you guys think and join in on the fun. But if you guys want to support financially, you can leave a tip here through Twitch. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/MagicManGames. And there will be more stuff to come along with that as we continue to roll out our full schedule of stuff here and get back up and rolling. Jeez Louise. Wow.
Well,
I feel bad for you guys.
Y'all have a good night.
There's also, if you guys are interested, check out store.magicmangames.com for all our merchandise and more stuff coming. I'm going to end the stream so that Dan can start screaming.
Bye.
No. Y'all
Have a beautiful time.
Y'all have a good night and have a happy and safe Memorial Day.
That too, yes. Have a good Memorial Day and stay safe, everybody. And thank you to all our veterans and currently active members. We wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, and all your sacrifices and everything. So thank you very much for allowing us to be able to do stupid shenanigans like this. So, all right. Thank you again, everybody. Have a good night. And until next time,
Wash your hands.
wash your hands, stay safe. We'll see you later.
Woo!